the stream.
We're streaming.
I like that we're floating.
Misty.
Floating over the stream.
Across
Rapids.
the ocean.
Stay to the left.
Those rocks
Avoid the right.
are craggly and smooth.
Unless you want to go over the other waterfall, then you stay to the right and avoid the left.
Erosion.
Silty.
Trees.
Big ass trees. Ass trees.
Are you all ready to get your inspiration on?
Air.
I'm gushing with anticipation.
Stream.
It looks so cold.
Stream.
Welcome to the Psychostick stream. I hope you brought a towel.
You. Ass trees.
You are
The
poop.
chat is ruining the moment. Thanks, chat.
Let the stress wash off you like a delicious cup of Gugon.
Set your CVT on fire with a bowling ball.
Thank you, Some Metal Dude, for the resub.
And here we are.
4 months in a row.
Oh, now it's just us three assholes.
Future Force 14.
No more stream for you. Oh,
Thank
wait.
you for the 6 months of subscriptions.
My feet are soaking wet.
Hazen, thank you for
My drums are very wet.
the 4 months. Welcome to the Psychostick stream. Smooth jazz.
You're a towel.
You guys can stop whispering now.
Oh, man, come on.
Maddie
I don't
has a
want
story
to.
about this beer. This
Oh, we're going right
specific
into it,
one.
huh?
Well, you want to tell them
You-
kind of the
you
theme
want-
of what we're talking about today?
Don't you
We're
want to
doing
take me out to dinner
influences.
first before
No.
before you start
Buy your
rip
own
off
dinner.
my clothes and
This is-
go
this-
to it?
Buy our own dinner.
This is the
Buy your own dinner.
this is the foreplay, Rob.
Yeah, we're
Is that what
doing
this is? Okay.
we're doing influences this week. We're gonna talk about the shit that made us who we are as humans.
And tell some stories. Alex got some
Oh, yeah.
questions to ask us, and
Oh, I got questions.
so as part of the streams every week, it's one of my responsibilities to procure beer. So I chose 2 very special beers. Well, technically 3 beers this week. One is Blue Moon, which is one of the first beers that I started drinking a long, long time ago. It was
14?
when I was
13?
15 years old. 21.
That's illegal.
When I was 21, and it was one of the first beers that wasn't Bud Light that I started drinking.
Thank you, Hazen, for the
Bud Light.
bits.
And the other being Guinness, which is coming later. But specifically, Alex is right. I have a story about Boston Lager that my very first tour 11 years ago at this point. It was in March of 2010. We played a show in Massachusetts, and the guys being from the Southwest had told me that they did not like Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Ask anybody in Arizona. This stuff sucks.
And the real reason why, and I didn't like Shiner either. I never liked Shiner Bock. And that's because beer does not travel well over mountain ranges and through deserts and for thousands of miles in the backs of trucks.
Right.
With temperature changes and elevation changes, it's not good for the beer. So I kind of tricked them a little bit, and the next time we were in Massachusetts, I ordered a pitcher. We were hanging out having lunch, and I got a pitcher of this local brew up in Massachusetts. And they were like, oh, cool. And they tried it, and they liked it. They said, what is this? I was like, ha-ha, Sam Adams.
It doesn't suck.
And then they did the same with me with Shiner in Texas, and I was blown away with how good it is
The
in
Wolf
Texas.
is here. He was there, wasn't he? On that tour?
No?
No.
I don't remember.
No,
He
this
was
is
there
Too
for
many
your
tours.
first tour.
Yeah, my first tour. That's what it was.
Louis Poo, thank you for the sub. By the way, guys, we're going to continue raising money for, what is it called? LA COVID-19 relief.
Yeah, that one.
We're going to pick up where we left off last week because I just don't like when a bar doesn't fill up. You know what I mean?
That kind of bar.
And we want to help our friends in California.
Yeah. So, welcome, everybody. Josh will not be joining us today. He is in Texas right now.
Space, Texas.
Space, Texas.
Houston, Texas.
taking care of a space mom.
Space bomb.
So,
Space mother.
as we've mentioned before, season 3 will officially begin full band performance on February 18th.
18th.
So, but every Thursday leading up until then, we're going to be here talking at your faces, drinking some beers, telling you stories, and maybe the occasional surprise guest or two. So
I like a lot of
Yeah.
Sam Adams. Air Taco asks, what's your favorite Sam Adams? Winter Lager is usually my favorite, but Cold Snap has quickly caught up to that.
all
I,
right.
I like the Christmas ones that you can only get during Christmas. So like Fezziwig and the dark chocolate porter or whatever it is. That's basically like drinking a candy bar.
All right.
Candy bar.
Okay. Okay, Maddie. Maddie, okay. Okay, Maddie.
Okay, Rob, okay.
Guess what, everybody? I'm
I
here
could go for
too.
puppers.
Murph is here.
Murph's here.
I like your
Hey,
stream.
Murph.
Goodbye.
What is going on with the mannequin's face?
None of your business.
Well, okay. Air Taco, what's your favorite Sam Adams? You're the one in New England.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
While we're waiting for that, I got a first question.
What's your
ready?
first? Oh, Alex is going to interview us, I guess.
I'm excited about this.
I'm going to interview me.
Hey, before that, let's just really quick. I asked everybody what their favorite inspirational quote was. Let's read one of those, and then
Okay.
we'll go into the first
Let's do
question.
it.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're not the.
Find it. There it is. What does this mean?
What you gonna do when the Goop Troop runs wild over you, brother?
Goop Troop. Is that
Is that
a reference
inspirational?
to your stream, the Goop Troop?
Yeah, and
Oh, okay.
we're a small faction of Psychostick fans. We're radicalized.
It's like sub segments of the fan group.
Radicalized Goop Troop.
We
Thank
are
you, Xavier.
radicalized.
All right, we'll get through the rest of those inspirational quotes. Here in
Hey,
a
Tony,
bit.
you mind your
Is
manners.
Tony in the chat?
Mind your manners,
Damn it.
Tony.
Tony!
Fucking Tony.
Why are you here, Tony? Anyway,
All right.
what's your first one?
This is for everybody, including you, Merv.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Name the first song you ever wrote or co-wrote, and what was it about?
Woo!
Haha. We already know Josh's. That was Blah. And it's not really about anything, just Blah. So that's an easy one.
Man,
Did I stump you already?
you
Well, I
you
joined.
got me.
I joined right before Space Vampires, so I remember the first song that I was actually featured on was on the Digital Appetizer, but I had nothing to do with writing either of those three songs.
Oh, sure.
I got to play the shaker in Tough Love, the egg shaker,
All
and I
right.
sang a harmony with Rob, and that was it. That
So
was the
you
first
were-
thing I ever
You were percussion.
contribute. Technically, yes, my first job was percussion,
All right,
and backup vocals was not playing bass at all.
there it is.
I think the first song I actually co-wrote with Josh was "Dogs Like Socks" by accident.
Really?
Oh,
Did-
yeah.
Did Dogs
that
Like
makes
Socks
sense.
come? That was on. No, that was on Revenge of the Vengeance.
Louis Pooh, thank you.
I think. Thank you, Louis Pooh,
Yeah.
for the $50.
Woo! Hey, Chad, which album is Dogs Like Socks on? Because we don't
Or
know.
Beard, because I remember I remember writing Beard together, the four of us.
I think it was.
That was a very even process between
I think it was
us
on
all.
Revenge of the Vengeance.
I believe Steak and Shake was involved.
Yeah, maybe.
Apparently it was on
I'm
Revenge
still
of the
stumped
Vengeance.
though, because like when Josh moved to Phoenix and we like actually started Psychostick, he had written a shitload of songs.
Yeah, that was like all him at first.
Was that a Psychostick question exclusively, or is that just in
Doesn't have to be.
general?
In general,
Like pre-Psychostick?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I first one that comes to mind is actually the beer song, because we kind of just ping pong that back and forth at work.
That's right.
So, but there's probably something older that I helped out with in some form. Maybe Good Morning. I think Good Morning was probably where, because there was a really crappy demo somewhere of me.
You're just gonna bust it right out. No more foreplay.
No,
now we're in
that,
it.
This is before Alex. This is
Butt-
this is
butt
before
naked.
This is before this is before Josh even moved from Odessa, and I was stopping through there because I was moving, I think, from Albuquerque to Austin, and I just yelled a bunch in a microphone very poorly because I had no experience at the time, and I think I
Did you know the
contributed a little
words?
bit. Wake up. That was about it. So, yeah, that's about it.
Whose idea was it to rip off your ear? Yeah, your ear.
Probably Josh. Probably Josh. That sounds like a thing he
It
would.
was like 95% Josh at that point. Like all the songwriting was pretty much him.
Well, if we're not talking Psychostick, I could say the first song I ever wrote, I believe I was 13 years old, and I wrote it for a girl who didn't like me. And I played her the song, and she was like,
Creepy.
Yeah, pretty much. It was super cringy.
By the way,
The song was called "Dependent."
Please tell me
What?
you have a line. Do you have a line from the song?
do you have a
Some
line from the
lyrics?
song for
Oh,
Murph?
dude, I don't fucking remember.
Like,
I'll
you're-
find it. Out of self-deprecation and masochism, I will find it. I'll play it on my stream.
Do you mention her sweet ass?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's very.
I was
typical.
13.
Sweet ass.
Rock your
Bottom.
butt.
Your bottom is so juicy.
So my first song was "Deny," which made it on the Evacuate Chicago
I
record.
love that song.
And then my first Psychostick song was Jägermeister Love Song. So those are my two.
Ah.
And I know the first song that I did, like electronically, when I first got Reason, was I did a song called "Predator," in which I sampled a whole bunch of Predator lyrics and sounds, and made like a drum and bass kind of Predator song. It's probably illegal to play because it's completely and utterly plagiarized content.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Like when
I
you're
don't know what the
learning
rules
when
are.
you're learning how to write and you're learning how to produce anything, and it's a private project, you can do whatever you want. Like you can go crazy. You can
Including stealing from other bands,
Yeah,
like I did.
Absolutely.
Like fucking Tony just pointed out, like threw me under the bus. Yeah, like the ending of Jägermeister Love Song with the chug, 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 like that whole part, I was totally ripping off An Allergy to the Sun by the band called The Banner. And I didn't realize it till after we recorded it. I'm like, damn it. I totally stole that part from them.
It was
You
an
don't get
influence.
sued, man.
It was an
It was
influence.
a heavy influence.
Yeah.
Heavily
Yeah, listen to that
influenced.
song and go, oh, that's the part he totally stole from them. Okay.
Unless
Tony
you
got
say, unless you actually say like, all right, play the Seven Dust riff. You know that one. All right, cool. Now put that in our song. That's not really stolen. It's just an influence. You know.
Yeah.
Stole implies intent.
I
like
wrote
that.
this by myself on the top of my head.
Yeah.
I didn't steal this from anywhere, no matter what is said. Yeah, see, it was
Yes.
original, but it's just heavily influenced.
I'm just glad the banner didn't
Sure.
try to murder me because they're pretty angry.
Sure. Well, but like I was saying, if you're
Sorry.
getting started with the creative process or whatever, like you can do whatever you want privately. Like it's a great way to learn. Like what you were doing was a great way to just figure it out. And even though it may or may not sound good, it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna hear it because it's yours.
How about you, Murph?
Well, yeah.
What was your first
I
song?
think the first full song that actually became a song was the Dumb Song.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure.
Never heard of it.
Unless I made a really shitty Christmas album when I was like 18.
I mean,
We need to find.
we've all
that.
done
Is that the one
No.
with Corey playing drums?
Yes, and he doesn't know how to play drums.
Ah.
we've all made a
Yeah.
shitty Christmas album.
Smelly Monkey said it's called a 5-finger discount.
I wrote a song called Cloud Carnivore that I never did anything with. It was
Clown
about
carnivore.
Cloud Carnivore?
Cloud Carnivore?
It was about how each type of cloud would murder you. Like Cumulus would kill you this way.
We're bringing them back.
The Strata Cloud would kill you this way.
I smell a grindcore
Have you always
Psychostick
been?
song.
Have you always been that creative, Murph?
Writing songs about clouds murdering people creative?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see anybody in the chat writing songs like about clouds creatively murdering people in
Well, it's
different
because
ways.
they're not sharing it.
Ah.
Ah.
Keeping it to themselves.
Okay. Okay, Murph. Okay, Murph.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said on my stream yesterday how happy they were to find out that we like Letterkenny. I was like, I've liked Letterkenny for years, but Rob likes it now. He just
I
started
just
like
started getting
binging
into
it,
it,
so it's
yeah.
just fun to actually be able to quote stuff with someone because
I'm on my
none of my
second-
other friends really watch that show.
I'm on my second pass through of all of them.
Yeah.
I was like,
All
oh, it's
19
lunchtime. I'm gonna
seasons.
throw on a Letterkenny. So, yeah. Anyway, so
Let's read another inspirational quote.
another inspirational quote. Let's do it. Alex got his questions queued up.
Oh, yeah. I sure do.
Farts are the winds that push us when we don't want
wanna
to
go to work.
Doot.
Doot want to go to work.
It's an onomatopoeia.
Let's do another
I'm
one.
inspired. Okay, next one. Sometimes you don't think the world be like it is, but it do.
Unknown. I like how they point out that it's
I'm very
unknown.
inspired.
World be like it is, but it do.
Never stop aiming for the stars. They might shoot first, though. Okay.
It's deep.
That's-
All right,
Thanks,
we'll come back
Hannibal.
to
All
this.
right. Let's come back to those. That was too
Far
much.
out, man.
It's too deep.
All right. I
What's
got
up?
one.
All right.
Name a movie or show that influenced your sense of humor.
The Simpsons.
Duh.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite season or show or anything like that? Or character?
Seasons like
Seasons 3 through 7.
9.
a lot.
9?
I'm
Murph?
saying 9. 3 through 9.
Okay. 3 through 7 for me mostly. Yeah. And then outside of that, like early Family Guy before it got canceled the first time. I think that it had like 2 seasons, 3 seasons, then it got canceled and brought back like in early 2000s.
Because the DVDs sold so much that the network.
And I was one of those people who bought the DVD set. And
See, when you support artists, they put out more stuff.
yeah,
Imagine that.
all the slapstick, like the 80s slapstick movies, like Airplane, anything Naked Gun, all that stuff, man. Oh, is it my turn still?
If you want.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Doesn't
Go
matter.
ahead. Go ahead. Anybody?
Me was Monty Python all the way. Like, it was just
That makes a lot of
so
sense.
fearless and so bizarre that I had never been exposed to anything like it before. So when I first saw, like, Life of Brian especially, but Holy Grail, like the entire...
Well, did you watch the movies first or the show first?
I saw the movies first, and I started watching the show. I'm like, this is really bizarre, and just got getting weirder and weirder. And
You had the whole set of VHS tapes, didn't you?
yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Of
Flying-
the show.
Flying
Flying
Circus.
Circus. Yeah.
It's on
many tapes
Netflix,
was
by the
that?
way. The entirety of it is on Netflix.
And they were just
So-
so fearless, and I really loved that so much because they didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. They're going to do what they liked, and I think people really appreciated that, and that really influenced my perspective on how to make funny music later on when we started Psychostick, because I was like, I don't give a shit, you know, if people like this or not, and no one did it first, and then they started to grow, and now here we are today. So
Yeah.
I feel like that sense of fearlessness was absolutely vital for us, especially early on.
I remember when you were young, you would randomly break into a British accent pretty regularly.
Pretty regularly, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that.
Was that you in Death Burger?
That was in Death Burger.
Yeah, that was me.
That was Alex. 100%.
Yeah, going through the Whataburger drive-through. That was me doing Death Burger for sure.
I
I'd
missed
say about
that.
a
You should
third
bring
of
that
your
back.
speech.
You should go randomly British again.
Now that I've actually been to England and Scotland and everything.
Do some Monty Python British accents real quick, because I'm pretty sure you still got that.
Do you still
Back
have
What do you
your
want me
brain.
to say? Like, tell me a quote, and I'll give you
Monty Python, one of the characters ordering Mexican food.
Mexican food.
Yeah, like a chimichanga.
Hello, I'd like a chimichanga. Lots of guac.
Lots of guac.
Give me lots of guac. It's not good. I didn't say it was gonna be good.
like lots of guac.
Hello.
They don't make guac in the UK.
We don't talk like that.
We don't sound like that.
We don't sound like that.
Yes, you
It's
do.
absurd.
Yeah, it's not good. I never said it was good, but heavy influence for sure.
Spam.
I think one of my favorite Monty Python moments is when there were the house hunters.
I love it so much.
They're actually
And
there's
they were-
like houses roaming around, and they're like actually hunting
these are
houses.
definitely house droppings. I cried laughing when I saw
That's a
that,
good
that
one.
skit. So if you guys haven't watched Monty Python,
It's
Go
so
watch
good,
it.
man. It's so bizarre. Even to this day, like, I can't think of anything that's quite that bizarre.
Can-
It just gets so insane.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Name a movie or show that influenced your sense of humor.
Okay. Movie collection of movies, since you talked about like
Sure.
Monty Python. I think the original comedy troupe, because I remember when I was like really, really little, and I don't remember how I even watched it, on what channel or medium I even saw it. It was something on TV. Was the Marx Brothers, the original vaudeville troupe. And
wow.
I think my violent nature came into effect because of the Three Stooges. That's pretty classic. If we're going like far back, those are probably like the oldest ones.
Well, if you're like me,
Because
they
the
used
Marx-
to play those on like basic cable, like at night.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
Nick
what
at
it
Night?
was. That the Marx Brothers had so many movies, and they're super short because movies back then, it cost. I'm guessing. I'm guessing here, Murph. You'd know better than me, but back in like the 20s, it cost so much more for film and for the time to do everything, and it took so much more time to make them that the movies are like a half hour long, 40 minutes long, something like that. It was like
Yeah, a lot.
that was like a feature film was like 40 minutes long, 50 minutes. And they had so many. There's so many good ones. If you like, what was it? What was the Rob Zombie movie with all the? It's like the Devil's Rejects and House of Thousand Corpses, like all those, and the Devil's Three from the Devil, or what was the third one called? Anyway, all their character names are old Marx Brothers characters.
okay.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
their
I didn't know
whole their whole deal and the whole Captain Spaulding. So it's kind of like throwing a reference to the Marx Brothers, saying that like Captain Spaulding and his wife were highly influenced with that kind of stupid, sometimes raunchy comedy that they could get away with back then, which made it that good. And they had musical numbers too, so it was funny and musical.
Huh. All
Like
right.
from the actual vaudeville days when that was like the first one. Either that or Sesame Street.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
I mean, Sesame Street was funny and musical. That was probably
was-
the first funny musical shit I watched as a kid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Can you do any voices from the Three Stooges?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that a
That's
voice?
good.
That's the one.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
Boy, I oughta.
Listen here, Melonhead.
What about you, Murph?
Trying to think of some more.
And South Park,
Well, yeah.
and The Simpsons, and Monty Python. I was just-
Influences never stop. But
and
yeah.
Mel Brooks. Everything Mel Brooks has ever done. I have the Mel Brooks collection. It's everything. Silent Movie, Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dracula Dead and Loving It, Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1.
Blazing fucking saddles, dude.
That
was a good
The
one.
Producers was his first one. I think he might have done Trading Places. Was that? Is that him? No. What's the one?
I will say this. They will
Vertigo?
never make Blazing Saddles ever again.
No, they can never get
they
away
could,
with that kind of
could
shit anymore.
not get away with that
That's
today.
why it's so great, man.
yeah,
Like,
it's timeless.
fearless.
But it's fearless, but it is wildly inappropriate nowadays.
well, yeah, but that's kind of the
Yeah.
point. Like,
I know.
It's comedy.
But
if
it couldn't
you're
do
so
it. They couldn't
afraid,
get away with it today.
If you're so
I'm just
afraid
saying.
of like offending people, this band wouldn't exist if we were so afraid to offend people.
True.
We were afraid to say, "Let's go drive a car and beer." It's like if that was, it's too scary. What if people are offended? Like, it's
I
a
don't
funny
know.
line. Like, it's
what is
obviously
it?
a joke.
Movie 42. Have you heard of that? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw some of that. I don't know. I don't know about that one. It's like they were like,
42?
"Oh, let's just be controversial,"
Yeah, pretty much.
kind of for
You
no
gotta-
reason.
That's the thing. You got to balance being clever with being controversial. I think it's an important part of it.
Just the Chris.
was
I
boundary
stopped
pushing.
watching when Chris Pratt was wanting to shit all over his wife or whatever. I was like,
I don't
okay.
think I've seen that.
Yeah,
Is that
you're
a
not-
movie
you're not
or?
missing anything.
I had never even heard of it, and someone just like recommended
Dude.
it, and they're like, "I promise you will laugh at this movie."
Young Frankenstein. That was a big
Young
one for me.
Frankenstein.
That's a
That was
great
the
one.
other
That was
Mel
a big
Brooks.
one.
I forgot.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's probably my favorite Mel Brooks movie, I would have to say.
Yeah.
And same thing. Anything Leslie Nielsen, everything South
absolutely.
Park has touched.
South Park. Everything
Matt
they
and
do.
Trey are amazing.
You think we could ever work with those two guys someday? Maybe we can be their janitors or something.
Could we? Probably.
Yeah.
Will we? Not holding my breath.
Probably not. Yeah. Oh well.
I don't even
Hey,
know how
Matt, hey,
involved they are anymore. They got so many writers and like,
Oh, they're pretty involved.
yeah.
Pretty sure they are.
Oh yeah, I think so. That was like the whole point of keeping it going.
Well, there you go.
They would kill it if it wasn't just them.
What about you, Murph? What are your? Did we already say all your influences, or do you have some more?
Well, Simpsons for sure, like you said.
Yeah.
But as far as like movies that blew my mind, Who Framed Roger Rabbit when I was a kid.
Ooh.
Really? That movie creeped me out as a kid. I don't know
That
why.
movie-
That's a good
Dude,
one.
Christopher Lloyd scared the fuck out of me on that movie.
It wasn't just me. Okay.
Scared the fuck out of me.
I killed your brother.
I was so scared of that like green goop, that green ooze.
Ooze. No, it's
What?
the dip.
The dip. I
Yeah, when
was
he puts the shoe
terrified
in.
of the dip.
Oh, he put the little
The
shoe
shoe.
guy
Yeah.
in there,
Oh.
man.
But the first time I saw it was on TV or something, and it was just that scene where Donald Duck and Daffy Duck are having that piano duel. And I was like, what is this? Is this real?
Mega crossover.
Like, I kind of was young enough that I wasn't sure it wasn't real. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I used to think cartoon characters were real.
Mhm.
Probably, like, into my 20s.
Thank you, Master the
Your
Monkey, for
20s?
the
I don't
sub. He says he loves the hat. Thank you. I got this Cacodemon hat at Too Many Games.
What's it called?
Cacodemon.
Cacodemon. It's
Cacodemon?
from Doom, the video game.
That's fun.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about my hat.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Pretty sure
Is
he's
it-
talking about my Ed Hardy hat.
He got it from Mr. Hardy
Tiger
himself.
Demon.
Yeah.
He was like, Murph, great job with Psychostick. You've earned this, and gave it to him.
That's right. Good job. The other movie I just wanted to mention really quick that this blew my mind when I saw it for the first time was Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the
was in
blend
ninth
of
grade.
like horror and comedy, I never had seen that before.
When did that movie come out?
80s.
That was an 80s movie?
Late 80s, early 90s.
don't remember,
I'm pretty sure.
to be honest. Maybe 93 comes to
Some
mind?
Bruce
Like, is
Campbell
that-
nerd in
is
the
that
chat
too late?
probably knows.
Came out in 1992.
92? Wow.
I remember
Ahead of
watching
its time.
Evil Dead for the first time and thinking it was just like straight up horror, and it got more and more weird. I'm like, this is a very bizarre movie. And then I saw the second one. I'm like, this is the best shit I've ever seen. And I had to go back and watch the first one with that, realization it's gonna, become a comedy sort of thing throughout. And then Army of Darkness came out. I'm like, where has this been all my life?
That's really similar to how Psychostick became a thing, because we set out to just start a band, and then like it just felt right to kind of go in the comedic direction. It made sense for us, and so we just kind of did what we felt was natural, and here we are. How
I
cool
didn't
is
like
that?
dig up Evil Dead 1 and 2 then after being obsessed with Army of Darkness. And
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 now I think I even put above Army of Darkness in a lot of ways because it was literally just horror mixed with comedy.
Yeah.
Do we?
Awesome.
Random question. Do we have Force Ghost, Josh?
Can you summon him with your powers?
He said no. But what, Rob? You know him pretty well.
Yeah.
Probably better than the other two of us. What would he say? What do you think his biggest influences were?
Man,
Besides Star Wars and Simpsons. Any idea?
Probably a lot of the same stuff that I mentioned, because like
That's how you became friends, right?
Yeah,
You were
we
in the
came to
same stuff.
yeah, and there's a, it's just the stuff that he watched and listened to before I met him that I'm not sure about.
Okay.
So I don't really know for sure with confidence.
I'm guessing a lot of overlap, though.
There is, yeah, absolutely.
Everything that you guys said, I was totally into also.
Wolf is saying UHF. I think that's probably
UHF.
probably
Oh
accurate.
my God, Weird Al.
Yeah,
How do we forget Weird Al?
That one came out before I met Josh, and Josh showed me UHF because I had never seen it, and and I was sold.
Spatula City.
Classic.
Spatula City.
Awesome.
Oh man, you think we'll ever get to hang out with Weird Al and maybe work with him?
Yeah, dude.
You think that'll ever happen?
Yeah.
I like your positive attitude, Alex. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Let's get to some more inspirational quotes if we're ready
Ooh.
to move on.
All right,
All
let's
right.
do it.
That's the wrong thing.
Oh, no.
He's very organized over there. Life is like a dick. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but it won't be hard forever. That's a good quote. And you talking about wieners a little bit. And
A
you
little
get
bit
the
of
seal
wiener.
approval from over here. Thank you, Danielle LL. Smooth brain, make life hard. Read books, get knowledges.
Greater good. Thanks for the 10.
Thank you.
Greater
Oh,
good.
no.
Thank you so much. By the way, guys, if we hit the goal, what should we do if we hit the goal?
Murph gets a beer.
I know. If we hit the
yeah.
goal, we'll celebrate the birthdays.
We'll celebrate your birthday.
And if not, no birthday.
No birthdays.
Can I get a beer at 80%?
I think that's fair.
Well,
You
what
can
did we
have
what did
a
we start
sip
at? We
of a
started
beer
at
at
like
80%.
60, right? So that makes sense.
I think so.
Okay.
Here's another one.
All right. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Albert Einstein.
It's true.
Oh.
That sounds like something he'd say.
Yeah.
I think the dick one was an Albert Einstein quote as well.
Yeah, you think so?
Probably. Yeah. He was kind of
Everyone
But in
sucks
German,
but
however
me.
he said.
Yeah.
What's that top? Only mindset you need. Everyone sucks but me. Yeah, that didn't work out so
It-
anyway.
it, it looks like Tom Brady.
Go ahead, call me procrastinator. I'll deal with you tomorrow.
All right, we'll come back to those.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was pretty good.
All right, here's the next one. Tell us about your first concert experience as an attendee.
As an attendee. Okay. Go, Maddie, go. You go first.
My first concert, and I know this is not the answer that you're looking for,
Yes, it is.
but my very first concert, I think I was 2 years old, and my parents took me to a free concert in the park of a Beatles tribute band. And they changed costumes. There was 2 costume changes, so 3 costumes total. So they started out as like the really young mop top Beatles with like the suits and ties. Then they went to like Sgt. Pepper's Beatles with like the big frilly like bright clothing, and then they ended as like the hippie Beatles. and for probably the next 10 years of my life, I legit thought I saw the Beatles. Like, I had no idea that John Lennon was dead or like that the Beatles had broken up. Like, I
they evolved
seriously
a lot
thought
during that
I
concert.
saw the Beatles.
There you
And
go.
probably told everybody. I was like, I saw the Beatles.
They're like,
That's
like,
not
no, you
possible,
didn't.
kid.
get away from me, kid.
Frosted Fox, thank you for the Prime sub. We appreciate you.
Well, I think the first concert I attended, like real concert that I can remember, was Billy Joel.
Wow.
I was in like 5th or 6th grade, something like that. The
Nice.
Nassau Coliseum.
He's
on
a
Long
New
Island.
Yorker, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's a
I only
Born-
know that because you told me that one
born,
time.
born and raised Long Island. He's a Long Island hometown hero, and he played where the Islanders play. That's a hockey team. Hockey is a sport.
Islanders?
Iced Canes.
Iced Canes, for those that aren't familiar.
Yeah, no idea.
And I'm pretty sure it was a sold-out crowd, and it was awesome. And that was the first, I think, piece of merch that I ever acquired from a band. Either.
Oh, cool.
Holy shit! Louis Poo donated $400.
Louis Pooh's like,
Jesus Christ!
Louis Pooh's like, it's my fucking birthday, bitch.
Birthdays,
Thank you.
I turned 30
All
on the
right.
29th.
All right.
Downhill from here. We're gonna sing some birthdays now.
Well,
I got my kazoo here.
Happy birthday. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. This is a Beatles song. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Happy birthday to
You.
Happy birthday to
To who?
Happy birthday, dear.
John Godlicon and Steve, my guy from Evans.
And Louis Pooh.
My mom.
Happy birthday to All right, we were talking about this on my stream too. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4?
Man, we're gonna be here a while.
And some people were like, "I've never heard that. Is that
I
an
don't know
East
what that
Coast
is.
thing? You've never heard that
I haven't
before?
either.
Never in my
Because
life.
some people haven't heard that before. That's blowing my mind because it's like
I remember and
so-
many more.
Yeah, it's
on
it's-
Channel 4.
on Channel 4. I've never heard the
Yeah.
Channel 4 bit.
Yeah, I don't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, it's like
For
for like
he's
really
a
little,
jolly good fella.
it's like for little kids. You say that to little kids, like, "Are you 1? Are you 2?
Oh.
Are you 3?" Then the kid's like, "Yeah, I'm 3. Woo!"
That's probably why, because I don't really encounter little kids very often. So
I don't know if that's still just like a little kid thing or if that's just like an East Coast thing.
Shay Allen just donated $20.
oh,
Says thanks for keeping me entertained on my second day of quarantine. COVID sucks. Donkey ball.
Sure does.
Hey, can you give me a beer?
Do the right thing.
can you get us?
Can I have a Blue Moon, please?
Bring me whatever. I don't care.
Murph's
Oh,
like,
he's-
"Fuck
he's-
you
he's
guys.
going to
I'm
the
beer
bathroom."
drinking now."
He's gonna bring back one beer.
Oh man. Wow, guys, thank you so much.
Metallica, Ozfest, Mindless Self-Indulgence. I saw them twice. That was definitely in the probably first 10 concerts I ever attended was Metallica and Mindless Self-Indulgence, and I actually have a Metallica story.
I have a story. I want to wait till Murph gets back though.
Yeah.
All right,
Because
I'll tell
it's
my story
exciting.
then.
Yeah, you tell yours.
And an item to go with it too.
So
I
my
I brought an item.
my
so do I.
very first concert experience, I think I was 14 or 15, and it was the Goo Goo Dolls
Hey.
opening up for Bush.
Did they? What era was that? Was that?
Psychostick.
That was
Don't let
got a
the
machine
dawn
head,
rain.
straight out of hell. Got a machine head.
It blew my mind when the band, like when you introduced me to the band Machine Head. I'm like, is that named after the Bush song?
No.
Absolutely.
Not even close. But I will say this.
Gavin Rosdale's in Machine Head. Duh.
Goo Goo Dolls and Machine Head put on a Machine Head.
What was that Goo Goo doll? What was?
God damn it! No! Goo Goo Dolls
Rob-
Bush
Rob
put on a
thinks
hell of a
that-
show, man.
Goo Goo Dolls are in Machine Head or something.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Oh no! I don't.
Did
And
you?
the rest are for Murph.
Yeah, I can grab it though.
What?
Thank you.
I'll take a Guinness.
What was the?
I'll do a Blue Moon. Oh, thank
Don't
you.
open that over your computer.
Is this?
Thank you, Maddie. So did Jake.
Can I borrow that thing, please?
What was that Goo Goo Dolls song? It's like,
I think about you all the time.
That was Iris by. It
It
was on some weird movie, like some love movie.
Right? It was like a movie about like an angel or
like
something.
Nicolas Cage, I think. He was like an
Meg
angel
Ryan?
being a creep, like stalking Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
What's that movie called?
Oh man.
What's that?
These neurons have been pacified long
City
ago.
of Angels,
Get
I think.
your
Yeah,
Guinness.
City of Angels. That's the one.
City of Angels?
How did it go? It was
I like my 90-degree angles and my
If I-
45 degrees.
The Crow City of Angels.
If I only had a song, that's a Psychostick song.
What?
It's like if you knew my name or something like that, or if you only
Something
knew
like
my-
that, yeah.
I
Any
don't
Goo Goo
remember.
Dolls
It's been a
fans
while.
in the chat?
Sing it, chat.
Hey, Neil's here. He says the bass player of Goo Goo Dolls drove me around and Bobbins around once. Woo!
No
Really?
shit.
Man, you know some famous
Was he
people.
like an Uber driver, or was he like a runner for you guys at a show?
The singer got all the rights.
Hey,
to
what's
the
up? I'm
songs.
your Uber driver, so-and-so from Goo Goo Dolls.
I'm gonna play you
'Cause
strictly
I
Goo Goo
don't
Dolls.
think that they'd understand. And Neil Peters really helped me out. And I just want you to know who I am.
Anyway,
Thanks, Murph. You got it.
All right, so
Murph sang that with a big smile on his face, by the way.
and then freaking what's his name from Bush? Gavin married Gwen Stefani. Fuck, pissed me off. Piece of shit.
it made you mad that someone married Gwen Stefani?
I was
Still mad
supposed
about
to.
it today?
Clearly.
Supposed to be me. I was like,
Gwen Stefani's the
I,
shit. Though.
I was 15 years old, man. Gwen Stefani.
No Doubt was my second album I ever purchased was Tragic Kingdom from No Doubt. The first was Nirvana in Utero.
Yeah.
But yeah, No Doubt was number 2.
No
for
doubt
me.
was in my first 5.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep. I think I was in 6th
What an
grade.
awesome album.
It was a good. I can still throw it on.
It's
Holds up.
killer all the way through.
so good.
And one thing I realized, since we're talking about influences and stuff too, I've gone back and listened to that album like more recently. It was kind of like this online fad. I think it was over the summertime,
Yeah.
where they were talking about like on Facebook, you show like one album that like influenced you or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was difficult getting 10 albums together.
Right.
Cutting them all down to 10. So I listened to Tragic Kingdom again. The production.
It's
Not
so
just the
good.
songwriting, the production, the tones, how many bass. I never really realized how much of a bass influence Tony Kanal was on me growing up, because I always listened to guitar. I played guitar first, so like listening back to it, it's like I remember so many of his bass lines that I wasn't even meaning to listen to, and I think that speaks to him as a bass player and how many different tones he would use in each song. It was like 3 or 4 different tones. It was crazy.
What was his name? Tony Calzone.
Tony Calzone. Tony
That's his
Kanal.
actual name?
No, Tony Kanal.
Oh, okay.
Tony Cannoli.
And that album is basically about how him and Gwen broke up because they were dating.
Oh, right, and he was still in the band.
And they even kind of allude to it in the Don't Speak video, where him and her kind of look like they're fighting a little bit. That's because they like just broke up. How awkward is that? You break up, your singer writes an album about your breakup, and it goes multi-platinum.
I know what
Brutal.
you're
I guess
feeling.
worse things could happen.
Should we
Your
cover
band's
it, Rob?
popular.
So big, stop explaining.
Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. No.
Alex, please talk.
It's happening
All
now.
right.
Don't be surprised
Here
if
it
the
is.
demo shows up.
My first my first concert ever that I ever went to was called That Damn Show. That was the actual name of the festival.
Holy shit.
1999, and I went because of that band, Primus. So that was the last band of the whole thing, but yeah, that's my VHS tape that I bought because I already had the CDs. I was like, I don't need to buy CDs. I want something I can't get anywhere else. So,
I'm loving this right now. I don't think I've ever actually physically seen one of these.
dude,
have
it's
one too.
so awesome.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So yeah, that was my very first concert in '99. The very first band I ever saw live was the Cottonmouth Kings,
Whoop whoop.
and I saw them live. Then halfway through their set, one of their hype guys or whatever you call them, like
Pakalika.
he held up a big sign that said "Women who fuck other women see me," and I'm like,
Oh
"Is
no!
that okay?
That's
Is
Pakalika, rest
is
in
he
peace.
allowed? Is he allowed to say that? I honestly didn't know that
Well,
people were
technically,
allowed
he didn't
to
say it.
cuss. Like, just having it there, like I didn't know it was allowed. Like I'd
was
never
written.
experienced that.
Did your ears start bleeding from all
was like-
those curse words?
And now I'm
And
in the
your
bells
eyes?
like fuck.
This
Fuck.
is really funny, by the way. It says quite possibly the greatest video compilation ever made.
Dude, look at the
Yeah.
front. It says
And then it
two
says-
cocks way up on the
Yeah, Bob Cock. Gave it 2 cocks way up.
2 cocks way up.
I just saw that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
It
oh
says,
my
this
God.
animation made me feel like a 12-year-old girl all over again. Matt Stone of
Matt
South
Stone.
Park.
And
It
the,
says, rare, behind-the-scenes footage that delves deep into the lives of these 3 Renaissance men.
and I was 15 years old at
Sure.
the time, by the way. It was 99. And then my second concert was in 2000, and it was also Primus. POD was the opening band. I'd never heard of them before. And they were pretty good. And then Primus absolutely killed it.
How old were you in 1999?
99, I was 15.
Oh, okay.
Like 14, 15, somewhere around there.
That's
So
fantastic.
I never got to see Primus in concert.
I think I've seen them.
They're still alive.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They're incredible.
4 times. I've seen them 4 times in
Yeah.
concert.
You and me went a couple years ago, Maddie.
Yeah, with Clutch. That's what I said. I saw it 4 times. I saw them in New York City, which is probably another one of my first. I think I was already in Psychostick for that one. I saw them in New York City for the 3D tour.
Mhm.
I saw them.
I didn't rewind this.
Oh, you bastard!
Oh, I'm a shithead.
Well, maybe you rewound it to your favorite part or something.
Could be.
Probably not.
See, that's okay. That's okay. I didn't see Primus, but I did get to see Pantera 3 times.
That's cool.
The one
That's real cool.
that anyone else should truly be jealous about was I saw Primus with Danny Carey drumming while their drummer had like heart surgery a few years ago. They played at Riot Fest in Chicago.
Wow.
That's cool as fuck,
And
man.
You knew Danny Carey was filling in,
Yeah.
and you knew I was going to see them.
True
And
story.
the anti-spoiler that he is, he didn't tell me on purpose, knowing how excited I would be because I'm a huge Tool fan.
You can't give spoilers, guys. It's
Don't
just
spoil
not.
shit.
It's not ethical.
And you were like,
Like,
so was
so?
Danny Carey on drums? I was like, what the fuck you do?
It's like, yes,
And I believe
I knew.
I believe you had quite the chuckle
I'm
about
like,
that.
I absolutely chuckled.
That was awesome.
Hey, Murph, what's your favorite spoiler of your favorite movie?
Oh, that's a good question.
You're a terrible, terrible person. Terrible.
Alex, earmuffs.
So in the Avengers movie, it didn't come out yet. Iron Man comes back, as played by Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, no.
Big spoiler.
Big spoiler. What about you, Murph? What about your first concert experience? Tell
I'm
the
glad
world.
you asked because I pulled it up. It was Ozfest '99, baby.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Look at that.
I was 16. Look at this lineup.
That is a crazy lineup.
That is,
You got Black Sabbath.
wow, Push
You got
Monkey.
Rob
I
Zombie.
haven't seen that name
You
in a
got
while.
Deftones. You got Slayer. You got Primus. You got
Drain
Godsmack.
STH.
You got Drain STH. You
Holy
got
shit.
System of a Down. You got Fear Factory. You got Static X. You got Head PE. You got Push Monkey. I don't know what that is. You
There's
got
only 4
Slipknot.
bands I
You
don't
got
know on there.
Flashpoint. You got
What is-
Booyah, and
what
you
is
got Apartment
Drain?
26.
Drain
Drain-
STH.
Drain STH.
They're a Swedish
Yeah.
metal band, and
They're
they're all
Swedish?
ladies. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there's
Wait,
Swedish.
Murph, put that
Pretty
back
sure
up.
they're Swedish.
What were the bottom 4? I've heard of Puya. I've recently heard Puya.
Puya's
I think they
Puya-
came back.
Where are they from? They're
They're
like
from Mexico.
South America.
I think they're from
Mexico?
Puerto Rico.
I think
Puerto
they're
Rico?
Puerto Rican.
I'm pretty sure because
pretty
that was
sure
the
they're Puerto
first
Rican.
band I saw
Oh,
at
Oasis.
Ozfest, too. It was Sublime.
Yeah.
What is
yeah.
Push Monkey?
No.
Uh.
No
What
one
about
knows.
Flashpoint or
They're
Apartment
like-
26?
Push
I don't
Monkey
know
was
those.
like a, they're really radio-y. I don't really.
Are they?
Yeah. I saw them at the Mason Jar.
You saw him at the Mason Jar.
Yeah.
So-
there's like 5 people
Oh,
there.
the
It was
Mason
great.
Jar.
So just to put this in perspective now, Murph, we've covered a Rob Zombie song that you
Uh-huh.
did a video for and Rob Zombie saw.
Oh yeah.
We've played with Slayer at Mayhem Fest.
Ooh.
Godsmack, I think, is probably out because we haven't done that parody yet, but we've been talking about it for a long time.
Oh, I forgot all
They
that.
That's
need
all
to
I'm
be-
saying. Deftones, same thing. I don't think. Well, Josh did that kind of parody of Deftones where he did. I don't know if that ever got released. Should I say? Should I?
No, it never did.
It never got released.
It's kind of controversial because the original song is like kind of near and dear, and we were kind of worried that it was be taken the wrong way.
All right.
Yeah, personally, I didn't want to hear it because it's like I like that song a lot. I don't want to think about fucking
We've seen
whatever he wrote it about.
we've seen Primus together. We did a System of a Down cover.
Yeah.
We've well, I guess I saw Static X. I can't
Slipknot
say
as
that.
well. See how low
We played with
Slipknot
we
is
played
on
with
that list?
same
Yeah,
thing. We played with
Slipknot's
Slayer
way
and
down
Slipknot.
there.
I think that was the same day.
You know what's crazy is Slipknot. That was '99. The next year in 2000, the first time you you, Josh, I think Wolf was there. I was there. Like, we
Yeah.
all went to Tattoo the Earth, and Slipknot was fucking headlining above Slayer. That was only a year later.
Yeah.
And it was like Hatebreed was there, Nothing
Oh,
Phase,
God, that show was
Seven
so
Dust,
awesome.
like
That
fucking
show was
everybody.
so good.
And who came with me to go see Fear Factory in New Mexico? Because we played
I didn't
the
see 'em.
same
Definitely
night
not
as
me,
Fear
'cause I was
Factory.
sleepy.
I remember them being down the street from, we were at like the launch pad or something. I
Yeah,
think.
we were at the launch pad, and I guess they
Yeah.
were owned, but both clubs are owned by the same people.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, yeah, use your passes, and you can go see Fear Factory. And
Oh,
I
that's
got
cool.
there, and I saw, like, I think 2.5 songs. We were there for, like, 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes that we caught the last, like, 3 songs. But that was pretty awesome.
I saw
And
Fear
we played-
Factory with Machine Head.
And we played with Head PE multiple times.
Yeah.
Had that little mini tour with those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went to Hooters with them.
Oh, yeah. That was a weird night.
Yeah, that was a weird night.
Their drummer, I love their drummer. He's so
Yeah,
nice.
Trauma's the man.
Trauma.
I just want to have a couple of little stories about that. I
Oh,
was
go
with
for
we
it.
need we need to go on tour with Puya.
Booyah, dude! Like they were playing when I walked in. It was 10 in the morning. So we got there like right when it started, and it was the first band I saw on a stage, and they were playing, I believe, Oasis, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It was awesome. So I love that album. That first album I played for over a decade every summer. That was like my summer album I would put on as soon as it got warm enough to roll the windows down in your car.
So good.
I do the same thing. There's definitely like summer albums and winter albums. Not saying that you can't play a winter album in the summer or a summer album in the winter. It's just certain bands remind me of the summertime. Certain bands remind me of the wintertime.
Carlton's asking if we had to pick our favorite country artists, what are they? Mine is Hatebreed.
I really thought you were going to say Jewel.
Fuck.
Like, I mean,
Jill went country. She used to be like this.
did she?
Oh yeah, dude.
Why did she do that?
She used to be like this singer songwriter, like folk, whatever, and then she was like roping, riding, wrestling wranglers, throwing.
Oh,
bales
she
of
went.
hay.
She went.
She needed a paycheck. That's
She
what
did.
needed.
She did the
Yeah.
Stained.
Yeah,
What was
absolutely.
that guy's name?
Aaron
Aaron
Lewis.
Lewis
Lewis.
that shit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Come
So,
on, guys.
She
Get
pulled-
your shit
Jewel,
together.
She pulled a
Jewel,
hoodie
if you're
without the
watching,
blowfish.
and I know you are. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
Well, I know you like Shania Twain.
I like her appearance, physically. That music, you bag of turds.
Does
I mean-
Johnny Cash count as country music, or is that like outlaw country?
I don't know.
I think
it's
that's
technically
that's
country.
more
Is it
that's
technically
closer to
country?
country than these other goofballs.
Air Taco got me turned on to Hank 3.
Smelly monkey.
He's
holy.
fucking badass.
Oh my Smelly Monkey,
Thank
thank you for the $200 donation. My first
Holy
concert,
shit.
he says, was Kiss Dynasty Tour 1980.
Damn.
That was their
Damn,
first
I feel
farewell
old.
tour.
That's good.
40 years ago.
As far as the country stuff, I mean, does Punch Brothers count? I
That's
know
bluegrass.
they're like
Bluegrass.
bluegrass.
No,
It's
it's
like,
bluegrass.
That's in the same ballpark, kind
No.
of.
That's
bluegrass.
about as close as I can get, I would say.
They would punch you in the face with words if you called them country.
I'm not saying that they're country. I'm saying that's the closest I can
You
get to
gotta
country.
stop calling them country.
Oh my god. Chris
Oh.
Steele's gonna beat me up now with his mandolin.
Jerry Reed.
Is that a person?
Yeah, Amos Moses.
Amos Moses.
That
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like a villain in like a video game. I played.
Amos Moses or
Amos
Jerry
Moses.
Reed? Because Jerry Reed
Amos
also
Moses.
Jerry Reed
I am Amos Moses.
Jerry Reed played the bad guy in The Waterboy. He was the coach.
Man, I haven't seen that in a
Yeah.
minute.
Found that
Oh,
out
wow.
years later.
What? Okay.
Jerry Reed is one of the best guitar players ever to live.
Okay.
And Danny put me onto him. Our buddy Danny in Lubbock, Texas.
Okay, Maddie.
Yeah.
Maddie, okay.
I think he
Matty.
counts as country.
I think so. Well,
Dolly Parton.
So
Let's
real
get some
quick,
mu-
I got a couple little anecdotes and a couple more.
Anecdotes.
Willie fucking Nelson.
So I didn't know who Slipknot was when we got there.
At the
Okay.
Ozfest
Oh,
99.
this-
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they played, I think, at like 1 in the afternoon. It was like really early, and I was like, "Who the fuck are the Ghostbusters?" Like, what is? They all had their like jumpsuits on. I thought they were trying to be the Ghostbusters.
Call
or
them
something.
Ghostbusters. I'm gonna call him Craig right now. Hey man,
I love that
would
so
you join
much.
the Ghostbusters?
Because we've slept at fucking Craig's house multiple times. And he's the nicest fucking dude in the world. But,
Yeah,
oh my God. I
Well,
remember
don't-
seeing
don't-
them for the
don't blow
first
up his
time.
spot.
I mean,
he's
What's his
watching.
home
I
address?
could call him nice. It's fine. In 2000, when we saw him at Tattoo the Earth, I remember seeing them like, this is the most evil shit I've ever seen. Like, as soon as they went on, like, No, it was Slayer actually. I'm mixing up my stories. Never mind.
Slipknot and Slayer.
When Slayer went on, all the clouds just like came out of nowhere and just were hovering around, and then as soon as they were done, they just dissipated. So I guess Slayer's the super evil one.
And by the way, Rob, I forgot from like, I don't know, a half hour ago, I will never have the opportunity to see Pantera, so go fuck yourself.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take myself out to dinner first. Is that fair?
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I bet you make
16.
breakfast for yourself the next morning, too.
I'll cuddle myself so good. Little butterfly kisses.
They had this thing at Ozfest 99 where they had like these two hot girls like in skimpy leather outfits and a Harley Davidson bike, and you could get your picture taken with the girls in the bike, and I believe it was free.
Uh-oh.
It was just like for a radio station or something, right?
Right.
And I was 16, and it was getting out of hand real fast. Like they were clearly strippers or something because they were like grabbing people's dicks and everything else. So we walk up there, and I swear to God, the one girl is laying on the bike, and the other one is eating her out on the bike, like in front of just everybody.
Nice.
So security threw the whole thing out. They're like, "Get the fuck!" Like,
Wow.
I'm 16
And
years
you were
old. I'm
16
like,
years old.
"What
General
is
admission.
happening?"
like, oh, awkward boner.
Like Ozfest rules.
Boner fest.
So,
That's a little more extreme than my experience. Like,
That was
oh,
crazy.
is he allowed to say fuck?
So I'm curious, Alex and Rob, I want to ask you guys a question, too. And Murph, out of
Okay.
those bands that... Oh, I completely neglected Black Sabbath at the top of that, too. But...
Oh shit, I didn't.
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
what,
Kind of the headliner.
Drummer the wrong name during that.
out
set.
of those bands, I know. Obviously, Primus is something we all enjoy, and I know Alex really likes Deftones.
Hell yeah.
Rob and Murph, what would your next band choices out of those be?
For what? Cooking a barbecue with?
To throw on random road trip. You got all of those are a CD from each of those bands. Which one do you throw in after Primus is done playing?
Slipknot and Deftones probably.
Slipknot, Deftones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Puya if it's nice out.
If it's
Only if it's
summertime,
nice out.
yeah.
If it gets cloudy, fuck Puya.
I
It's been a while. I haven't
fucking
listened in a while.
loved Godsmack when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah.
When I just listened to the radio and I had no idea how to think for myself.
Yeah.
I legit remember I was on the same. I remember actually I was probably
Thank
in
you,
the
Master
same
the
the
Monkey.
same spot. The first time I ever heard Slipknot, I was in my friend's brother's car, driving entirely too fast down the highway in the back seat, not seatbelted in, blasting that through blown speakers, and I was like, "This is my new favorite band." That was Slipknot.
Yeah, when I heard the line "slit your throat and fuck the wound," I'm like, oh, this is my
Just that
New favorite.
that first song on the record, just sick. Just I was like, what? But
I
I
saw
remember
them-
hearing Godsmack on the radio and thinking like, oh, is this the new Metallica?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, yeah,
No, I saw-
not anymore.
First time I saw Slipknot was in actually Odessa. And
oh shit.
I think they were playing, and then Machine Head played. And then I think,
You guys love Machine Head too, right?
oh, Machine
That was
Head.
we were
one of
just
the-
talking about that before.
I think Psychostick as a band, I would say Machine Head is one of the like top 3.
Machine Head,
probably.
Nothing Face. You guys love those bands.
Oh,
Yeah, as far as like initial influences collectively for everybody, Machine Head, Nothing Face, Meshuggah, it's like those ones are.
You know, now that we're talking about it, why don't you bust out your surprise?
Oh, I will.
Do you like Pantera?
I like Pantera. It was a
You
little
weren't
bit
into it as much as they were.
exactly. Yeah, like they were like when that stuff was released, it was just like slightly before when I was starting to get into music because I'm a few years younger than those guys.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm like, I hear Great Southern Trendkill, and I'm like, that's a badass album. It doesn't have that feeling to me like I didn't grow up with it. It's
Yeah.
something I found later on and learned to appreciate.
Unfortunately, same thing with me. I think Reinventing the Steel, which was their final album,
Right.
was the first album that when that was released, I was like, oh, who are these Pantera guys? You know, and it wasn't until like a couple years after that I was
no.
actually.
And then you go on tour,
no.
and every single like cover band you ever see is like, we gotta play Walk.
Killing in the name of.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is something really special to me personally.
This is so cool.
This
Can you zoom in on that at all?
I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not.
Put it
Here we
right
go.
here.
Wait.
That's not the one.
Oh no. So this is a CD that Josh and Rob burned for me, and you can actually flip it over and see disc 2.
You know what the best part about this is already?
Yeah, look at the top. God damn it.
He spelled his own band name wrong.
Of course, we just started the band, so we didn't know how to spell our own name right.
Oh, wow. That's cherry on top right there, buddy. I didn't even notice that.
So Yeah, so they gave me 2 CDs, and it was all their favorite influences, and like all these bands and songs that really. No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did.
Just hand me a
Forgot the
Sharpie.
cake.
I'll fix it. Josh,
see that.
why aren't you here?
So, all right, let me finish telling the story. Okay, so yeah, they give me these CDs, and it's all these bands that I may have heard of a couple of them, but it was like ones that absolutely changed how I think about music, like fundamentally. Like my first introduction to Meshuggah,
Great band.
and Nothing Face, and
You really put me on to Meshuggah, by the way.
I'm glad.
It's pretty much your
I'm
fault.
glad.
Primus and Meshuggah for me, who were 2 of my favorite bands, are pretty much directly from you.
Hell yeah. Machine Head, they were on here. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I heard 10 Ton Hammer and Scars. It's like, fuck, man.
How
Like
can people find that?
this exists. So when I brought these today, Murph had an awesome idea. If you want to tell him your
Oh,
idea.
no, tell 'em.
Okay, so he's like, dude, we should like write down the names of every single song on these CDs. So I went through, I put it on my computer and went through and wrote down the name of every single one, and we made a Spotify playlist. So you guys out there, you can hear all the songs that in 2000, this was gifted to me in 2000. These are all the songs that Rob and Josh are like, this is what we like. Check these out. And then it was just a huge, huge influence
So
on
cool.
how I think about music. It has
So
like
fucking cool.
Pissing Razors are on there, Vision of Disorder. Like,
VOD, baby.
fuck, man.
So
So
if
much
you go
good
to
stuff.
Spotify and search Psychostick, and then you can look at all our playlists. It's in there. You'll see it right away. It's like Alex's 2000s something.
Hell
Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
And the
Someone
one
post
song
a
that
link in
didn't
the Discord.
the one song that didn't make it in there was a band called Dim. They were a local band for like 6 months or something in Phoenix, and they were so awesome. And I got to see them, I think, once at the Bash on Ash when that was still around, and they were amazing. But they're
Yeah.
not on Spotify,
Yeah,
so
you're not going to find them because, like he said, they were just a local band in Phoenix that was around for like a blink.
so if you're watching, guys from Dim, you're a big influence on us.
Put your
Well, at
shit
least-
online. We have the MP3s. Maybe we should put it somewhere.
Ooh.
It was like a 3-track demo. Like what? That's all they had.
Yeah.
Like
And it
3
was
songs.
so
That was
good.
it. It was just so badass.
I'm going to completely ruin the moment now.
Hell yeah, ruin it.
All right. Matt's going to ruin the moment. Let's go.
Well, since you showed your CD and we were talking about concerts, I wanted to tell a concert story because, I said, the Beatles and Billy Joel, and I saw John Fogerty of CCR fame a couple times with my dad and a couple blues fests and
What's
stuff.
CCR stand for?
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Got it.
Creedence
I can see why it's CCR. Just CCR.
That's
It's
what I
way
always
easier.
say.
All right, McMurray.
That's what I always say.
Sorry, sir.
Bunch of degens. So the first concert that I actually was able to drive myself to, like an adult, like I purchased the ticket, and I took my friend Nick St. John, who was actually there at the very first Psychostick show I ever performed. Nick was there. It was, I believe it was summer of 2000 or 2001. No, it must have been 2003, 2004, something like that. 2003. I think it was summer of 2003. You ready for this? Give me that camera right here. I'm gonna blow your mind. How influential this album was to me. Can I go right here? This ruined Alex's day.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
This is
I don't know what it
a
is
local
either.
band called Metallica
Oh, gross.
with their most famous album,
Is that
Saint
Lodge,
Anger.
Inc?
Is that Saint
This
Anger?
is Saint Anger.
I like how they were too ashamed to put their own name on the front of it.
Ga.
And I was so excited about, because just like you said, you kind of hit a certain point where you get to start making decisions for your own tastes, and you
Yeah.
develop your identity really in middle school, high school. Your teenage years is when you start forming your own identity. And I loved Metallica, so the fact that Metallica was finally coming out with a new record, and this one was going to be metal, not like Load and Reload, which I also love.
Are those not considered? I don't listen to it.
It's
so.
a huge departure from the rest of their music.
Oh, okay.
Like, very not thrash at all. They started as a thrash metal band,
Right.
and they got more and more.
Rob looks angry.
Rob looks so pissed off that I brought Saint Anger into this.
The thing is like Metallica I was super into before I discovered Pantera. And when I discovered Pantera, Metallica sounded like a bunch of toddlers trying to play instruments. And I couldn't take Metallica seriously anymore,
completely
especially
different.
after Reload and Reload
Even like
came
their
out.
first
Yeah.
ones, like Electric.
Yeah, pretty
I don't
much.
know what it's called.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
fair.
mean, I don't know. Like old Metallica has its place in history, and it's great and it's influential and all that stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. They did something. They all hit their collective head on something and started.
Paranoid says this
doing
album
something
offends
else.
me. I am offended.
I don't know.
I am
I'm
offended.
offended.
So
I am offended. But I was so excited about this album coming out. So, and this was, I think I was either a junior in high school, something like that. So
Uh-huh.
I had a job. I had my own CD player. I bought myself my own headphones. I was like,
Woo!
this is big shit when you're in high school and you can make money and you can get this kind of shit. So when this album came out and all the rest of the kids in high school, I remember the very first thing I did when I started listening to this album was I tried to adjust the headphone jack because I thought it sounded funny. You know? I specifically remember that thinking like, is there something wrong with my new headphones?
Oh man.
And like, did I get like a burned copy by accident? Is this like
was-
some bootleg shit?
this
And I
the
went
album?
home.
Was this the album that like Bob Rock came on and
Yeah,
tried to fix?
Bob
the-
Ross.
Bob Rock.
Bob Rock. Yeah, Bob Ross
fuck up.
produced this.
Bob
And-
Ross. Do not sully the name of Bob Ross.
Put a happy
And
little
he,
snare
this
drum
this album, for those that don't know, and I wouldn't blame you for not listening to it,
Spoilers.
the snare drum sounds like a trash can because they were
It
going for a
does.
garage band type feel. It's like not a garage,
Garbage band.
a garage band.
They wanted a
And
garbage
the
band.
snare sounds weird. The drums sound weird. It's completely over compressed. The cymbals do that weird digital thing.
Yeah, it
where,
sounds
like-
like they took an actual WAV file and brought it down to like a really shitty quality MP3, and then it's like,
Oh, they did a
And-
Big Crush, and,
And
it
I
was
thought
not good.
I thought there was something wrong with my album, and I went to school the next day. I was like, "Did you guys get Saint Anger?" They're like, "Yeah, it's fucking awful." And I was like, because it was like a group of Metallica fans, you know what I mean? It was like, but it's not just me, right? Like everybody's album sounds like that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad. And honestly, the songs aren't even that bad. It's almost unlistenable.
yeah.
It's literally in my car right now. I listen to it just for for
You know,
shit's
they-
sake
Bus
coming
there.
home.
You know what they should do? They should just re-record it correctly and re-release it.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, if you
Anger
did these
Reprise or something.
songs in a different style or like acoustic, I bet it would like work a lot better.
Or
But
just re-record them with
a different producer,
good production.
Yeah, exactly.
You
But
know? Anyway,
about this record
Infamous.
specifically was that summer
shut up.
they did Summer Sanitarium. Sanitarium is one of their bigger songs from an earlier album.
Salty's like, I'm sorry, Fran. Tick, tick, tick,
Tick,
tock.
tock.
Horrible.
Yeah,
lyrics.
it is. Yeah, my lifestyle determines my death style.
those are actual lyrics?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fran Tick Tick.
Okay, so Super Arrogant Brothers donating 100
God damn
bits.
it.
Says, my best concert experience was in Iowa City in 2010 when Maddie stomped towards me playing his bass, got in my face and smelled me and said, "You smell good."
Sounds like me.
Hey, before we get off concerts, this might be a tangent, but I need to show you guys something.
Okay, show it.
Because this is like how I met Josh and got hooked up with you guys completely, everything.
Okay.
It was this show.
Yep,
Oh, that's the
we were-
one.
that's the one Alex and I were just talking about.
Booyah!
That was like a month after Psychostick started.
I hope we're like
I forgot Downset was
introducing
there.
Booyah to a whole new generation right now.
If you haven't heard Puya before and you enjoy,
Oh, I see.
and if you enjoy the metal genre and and if you're watching this, I'm assuming you do.
Oh, fucking Nashville Pussy.
check
was
out.
there.
In Chicago, Nashville
Booyah.
Pussy was
Check
booed
out
off the
Booyah.
stage.
That was the first time I saw Nashville
Sepultura.
Pussy, which we did. That was Maddie's first tour was with Nashville Pussy.
I remember
was.
being so
And-
grumpy that they were there, and then we
Third
toured
show.
with them. I'm like,
Man.
oh god.
and you know, like it was just if you're into like drug rockabilly, I guess they're
It's Southern rock.
Southern rock.
It's
Okay.
supposed to be, I think, like Southern shock rock, kind of. It's Southern cock shock
It's just
rock.
like gross.
cock shock rock.
shock cock rock.
Cock shock rock.
Shock cock
Let's
rock.
move on.
Okay, so I really wanted to tell the story about this specific concert that I went to because it's way better than this album, I promise.
Okay.
They did Summer Sanitarium, and it was Mudvayne opened,
Ooh.
then the Deftones,
Ooh.
who I had never seen and didn't know anything about. Linkin Park,
Nice.
Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
without Wes, unfortunately.
Aw.
Oh,
Fuck was he?
no.
He wasn't
And and
lived for a minute.
Metallica. Yeah, he left for an album. And at that concert, which was the first real concert that like I said, I paid money to go see. It was in the Meadowlands. So we drove all the way to New Jersey, which is like an hour and a half away. And it was Nick and I had no experience of concert going whatsoever at that point. It was my first real festival. I've been to a couple of small shows at that point, but nothing like that huge with 10,000 people on the floor alone. You know, standing on giant stadium, you know, standing on the field, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, and I want everybody to listen to this because this is a very valuable lesson. If you're going out to an outdoor festival, drink as much water as you can.
Oh.
People had asked me all day, you want me to get you a water? You want something? Because this was before I even drank beer or anything.
Sure.
And I did not drink a single drop of water all day. So by the time it got to, and I was rocking out because I loved.
Is that the one?
I loved. Yeah, that's it. I loved Mudvayne. Nick loved Deftones, so he was really getting into it. And I was excited for him because he was like singing along to every song. You know, if you're with somebody that's into something, it kind of gets you in that
It's
mood.
exciting.
And the crowd was really into it. So I was like, okay, Deftones. I'll keep my eye on these youngsters.
These
You know?
youngsters, 20 years later,
these
like, you know what?
newcomers.
They are pretty good.
Linkin Park was amazing. Limp Bizkit was amazing. And Linkin Park was another one. I wasn't necessarily a Linkin Park fan, but I really enjoyed the show. It
That
was
first
really
record
fucking
is
cool.
really great.
Yeah, it is.
Limp Bizkit killed it, and I was so packed in for Metallica. I was fighting so hard to get to the front. I ended about 3 rows back because it was just a wall of people. You get that close with that many people. There's just I physically lacked the strength to pull people apart to get in. You know, at that point. So I was at 3 rows away. I was just like spitting distance from Hetfield, right in the fucking middle. I think he spit on me.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And I don't remember what song it was, but they played for like, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that.
Metallica did?
I actually had heat stroke so bad and fighting the crowd, going back and forth. That was the first time I had ever experienced like that kind of mosh pit where like it kind of goes this way. And it kind of goes all the way back this way. And you're just trying to like stand up, and you've lost all footing. You're just kind of leaning against somebody else.
Yeah, yep.
And it was so strenuous that I fucking passed out. It was the first time I ever had tunnel vision, where it went to a little hole in the center and blacked out. And I woke up like 3 songs later, standing, still squished, but like but like 10 rows back.
Shit, dude.
That's the only reason I realized I had blacked out. I was like, how'd I get back here?
Crazy.
So drink water at shows.
My first mosh pit experience was that first show that I ever went to. When Primus was on stage, I finally got the courage to come up because I'm like, what are those crazy kids up to up there? Like, what are they doing? They're pushing each other around. So I got like pretty
In the
close.
mosh pittings.
It's probably like maybe 10 rows back or something like that. I'm like, all right, I'm not that close. It probably won't be too crazy. And then a mosh pit like erupted, like just fucking erupted right next to me. I'm like, oh God. And then on my other side, another one erupted almost at the same time. So I was in between 2 violent mosh pits.
During Primus?
During fucking Prime. They were playing those damn blue-collar tweakers because I remember it was like, this is the heaviest thing I've ever heard in my life. And granted, one concert, but it was really, really heavy. And everybody's like, raw.
When you hear that song live, though, especially in that crowd, it is really heavy.
It's
like
so
just
heavy.
listening to the Primus, especially that song, you wouldn't necessarily say like, put that up there with like Slipknot, you know. But when you're in the crowd and they play that song, the energy is
so high.
Oh.
And the tone is so perfect too. Like they just have
They're rubbing it in my
amazing
face.
tones. It's
Claypool's
just
just
like
stomping around on stage.
yeah.
Fucking A, man.
All right.
Oh,
well,
and somebody threw a shoe at Claypool, and he told the crowd, he's like, "All right, I want you to." He threw it back at him. He's like, "Take it, take that shoe, spit on the end of it, and shove it up your ass." Actual quote. I will never forget that.
we need some inspirational quotes now, Murph. What do you think?
When Murph and I saw Primus up in Milwaukee, it was so fucking. I think it was August.
Yeah, it was hot.
And there was no air conditioning. And Claypool said, "This is like playing inside of a dog's vagina." And the
Oh, that Claypool.
Couple songs later,
He's a
he's
funny
like,
feller.
I'd like to apologize about my previous comment. And he's just a little uncomfortable up here. I'd like to revise what I said. It's more like playing inside of a summer pumpkin.
Summer pumpkin.
Thank you, Saints, for the sub. All hail the
Hell
stick.
yeah.
Aw.
I got a question for Merv.
Wrong button again. What?
Can you tell us about your very first video that you ever made? That's not really a question.
go
It's
in
sort of
distance.
Thank you,
It
Abandon the
was
Universe,
a
for the
music video
subscription.
for Sean, your old roommate. Back in
Really?
high school. He had a music class. I made a music video for him,
Wow.
and it was like the adventures of like eggs. Like he was like he
Eggs?
kept accidentally breaking eggs during the entire thing. But I edited it on the computer with like whatever weird free or cracked software I had, and then I had no idea how to export it. So I just got another camera that had like went onto VHS and recorded the computer screen.
No! Rajan just donated $50. Says
Oh,
Primus
hey.
sucks.
Primus sucks. Yes, fuck yeah.
That's a great story. Merv.
But I remember we brought it into class, and it like blew everyone's mind because it was like edited, and they're like, "What? How did you do this?" It was
Nice.
such a piece of shit. but
Is
they
this
were
part of
all
the
blown
Marvel
away.
universe? Is the eggs?
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
That's exactly it.
Now I'm really curious. We talked about some of our first concerts. What do you think the most interesting, or 'cause I don't want to just say best, but what do you think the best show you ever went to was? The most, or let's
There's
say
so many
the
variables.
most impressive. What do you think the most impressive overall? Lights, performance, music, crowd.
Well, I mean,
What's the most intense experience that you had at a concert?
Intense? I could tell you about that.
well that I mean, obviously, before I ever toured, before I was ever in a band, is when you're the most like blown away by that world.
Because you hadn't really seen as
right,
much of it.
Right. And that I think it's a tie between it was Seven Dust, Cold Chamber, Machine Head, and Megadeth.
And even to this day, you
Machine
look
Head.
back on that and like,
Megadeth?
damn, that was a
I think
crazy
so.
show.
I could be wrong.
Even now, after everything you've been through, after all the shows you've seen, after all the touring you've done, you still look back at that show and like, that show was fucking
Well, I
lit.
just remember how I felt, and like I was a kid, so I'm just like floored, and I'm in this isolated little town in the middle of Texas, so I didn't get to see much. And another
when
one,
he says isolated,
oh yeah,
dude,
okay,
it's a whole lot of nothing
look
out
up
there.
Odessa, Texas, and you'll see how isolated that is.
That's where Josh
That's
is
where Josh
not
is right now. I mean, he's
no,
not
he's
there
not.
right
No, he's in Houston. he's in
space.
Houston, Texas.
He's in
space, aka
Texas
space.
And then like, I think the other one was that Slipknot. The first time I saw Slipknot open for
You mean the Ghostbusters?
Machine Head. And,
Ghostbusters.
I love Slipknot too.
I
That's
gotta
what
look
makes
up
it
and
so
see who else
funny.
played that show. But I just remember the feeling and getting. I got like unintentionally thrown into mosh pits and floored, like just knocked off my feet more than once. It was.
I'm pretty sure I cried a little the first time I saw Slipknot during the song "Gently" when they had
I'm
like
good,
all the.
thanks.
I'll grab one.
I would love a Guinness, please.
Shay Allen donates $5. Says
Oh.
I am still grossed out by Twinkies after seeing Goldfinger at X Fest.
Cel-
Goldfinger's a great live show.
I was there
Celery,
too.
You in New York? Guinness, please.
Blue Moon. Thanks.
I haven't had Blue Moon.
Yeah,
in
they
so
had,
long.
I'll take
okay,
a
so-
prime rib with mashed potatoes.
I think I saw that same tour that you saw,
I gotta pee, I'll be right
Shay,
back.
because I saw Goldfinger in Phoenix, and apparently he was doing this every night. He would stick a Twinkie into his butthole. I don't know why.
Who did that?
The drummer for Goldfinger. He's a maniac.
Clearly.
Darren. Yeah, Darren is crazy.
Smelly,
but, that's the whole story.
Smelly Monkey said, been to Odessa, Midland, not a whole lot going on.
So I think my craziest concert experience was absolutely the Dillinger Escape Plan when they played Tucson. I'm pretty sure I was with Tony.
Crazy A, I have a mindless self-indulgent story when Alex is done.
I think this was like 02, 03, something like that, and I had recently found the band. And they're
Please
just, what have you done?
There's only
What?
4 of those.
Why are you doing this? You are crazy. We made it work.
This guy is definitely getting 20%. He's getting a 20% tip, hands down.
So if you had never seen the Dillinger Escape Plan, they are just absolute maniacs. And I didn't know. I mean, I knew how crazy their music was, but I'm pretty sure it was Tony and I. We drove down to Tucson from Phoenix to see the show, and the Locust had opened up for them. And the Locust, they're bonkers too, but they're fucking bonkers. Like, have you ever listened to the Locust? Like, they qualify. But yeah, seeing the Dillinger Escape Plan for the first time, like, we went to the Rialto Theater, and it's a theater. It's like, it's not nice, but they have seats and everything. And it was just like people tearing seats out and just flying around.
There's a Rialto in
fucking
Joliet
insane,
too,
dude. Is there?
I think that's one of those like old school names. Like there's several Rialtos, there's several Paramounts, there's certain like of those. So that was in Arizona. That was in Phoenix.
That was in Tucson.
Tucson.
We drove down to Tucson for that. And since then, all the other, I mean, it's all like a series of shows with Dillinger. I've seen.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is this? Anyway, just look up Dillinger Escape Plan videos if you want to see absolute fucking chaos, because there's nothing more chaotic than a show from them.
We got some brownies and cookies from Zephyr.
Oh,
Zephyr, you watching? You piece of.
these look
Can
awesome.
I have one of
Thank
those
you so
cookies,
much.
please?
Yeah, you can have some cookies. Don't worry, they're not special brownies. They're special cookies. To your disappointment.
The
Maddie.
Orpheum.
I'm not worried.
I know you're not
Arsenic in
worried.
'em.
Is Salty Parabolas talking about the Orpheum Theater in Phoenix?
You
remember that?
That's another one. That's like there's Orpheums everywhere.
Orpheum. We played there.
Remember that show? That fucking
That was-
horrible shit show?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
There's several Orpheums. There's several places like that. But somebody mentioned mindless self-indulgence, and I swear I'm going to keep this one short. One of the several times I saw mindless self-indulgence, a band opened for them, relatively unknown at that time. A little band by the name of I'll tell the story. This band was a terrible fit for mindless self-indulgence. They were a terrible fit. They sounded nothing like them. Their fans were very divided. So there was like 7 or 8 die-hard fans that were traveling with this band, going around to show with this, to see this band, and then a sold-out mindless self-indulgence crowd.
Oh, no.
Mindless sold so many tickets. I think they added not 1 but 2 shows onto that.
Wow.
The Irving Plaza. It
I
might have
wish we
been
were
1
that
or 2
famous.
shows. Yeah, it must be nice to be that famous. And that band, they also played with Tub Ring. I know you used to listen to Tub Ring, right?
Not heavily, but I have listened to them a
So
little bit.
so Tub Ring,
Did a show
I
with
can't remember who opened, if it was Tub Ring or this other band, but I have a feeling it was that other band that opened. And they were so not a good fit that the mindless fans not only turned around, putting their backs to the stage, they all sat down Indian style in the pit with their backs turned to the stage.
I have a story similar to
And
that.
there was like 10 people in the front row that were just there for this band. And almost halfway through their set, somebody took, and this is mindless self-indulgence to a T, somebody shit in a T-shirt and threw it on stage and hit their singer
Please no Hershey bars at the show.
with human feces. Like a fucking monkey.
Are you serious?
Somebody slung shit on the stage,
You know
hit
what?
the singer in the face.
That's a great
he
defense mechanism.
he
I gotta
started
say.
crying and stormed off the stage.
What?
I would
that
too.
band-
I would have too.
That band was My Chemical Romance.
Wow.
Before
Crying?
that big blow up, I think they blew up in like 2004, 2005, something like that. Yeah.
I would have cried too. If somebody
it
If somebody threw shit at me, I'd cry.
was like before
I
that
would
big
bawl
song.
my
Yeah.
eyes out.
He realized what it was. Like, didn't know what to do, started crying and just stormed off stage.
Oh, I would have bawled my eyes out too, man.
I guess it's on brand because they're always wearing like the makeup and they're I don't
and,
know, like,
and people cheered. And about
Cheered?
2 or 3 years later, it was like, I think like 2 years later, I saw that big video that got them like really big. I thought it was called Helena, something like that. And I
I never heard.
and I was
any
like,
of
that
those
was that band. That's that guy.
So Rob and I have a very, very similar story about
tell it?
different groups. Do you want to tell it?
songs. You go ahead and tell it.
So I
I'm
went to
eating
go see
cookies.
this band called Guttermouth, and you could just imagine what kind of stuff they do with a band like Guttermouth.
Look up Guttermouth on Spotify or
Look
any.
up Lucky the Donkey.
Lucky the
That'll
Donkey.
Be or Tuesday, or what's that song called? Tuesday afternoon. I forget. But yeah, they're extremely vulgar,
Really
and they have a
good.
song about Lucky the donkey getting fucked at a donkey show. But yeah, they are punk as like punk rock as
donkey
yeah, Lipstick.
down in Mexico.
Yeah, listen to the
Shout
song
out
Lipstick.
Tita
That'll
Margarita,
offend
30
90% of
ago.
you. I'm sure. Like, listen to Lipstick. You'll be very offended and probably stop listening to us
Yeah,
too.
Chris Hull got that like immediately.
Yeah. But we went to this. It was at the Bash on Ash, I think, right? Guttermouth.
It was
yeah,
Bash on
it was
Ash.
Bash on Ash.
Which has been gone for many years.
The opening band was a band called Trick Turner.
Oh, Trick Turner.
Remember Trick Turner? Like they're like rap metal,
I was having a hard time.
That's a cool name.
and
yeah.
they I don't want
They
to.
they struggled
They didn't do
quite
well.
a bit. They musically they were having a hard time, and
The
the
Guttermouth
exact
bands,
same thing except for the shit. There was no
there was
no
no
poop
shit.
thrown as far as I know. But the band Guttermouth is like really punk rock.
Humans are fucking
as
monkeys,
punk
man.
rock as you can get.
Yeah, they're punk.
So, in Trick Turner, it was rap metal opening for a punk band.
Oh my god.
They didn't give.
Terrible match.
They didn't
Terrible match.
not put up with
Whoever
that.
put them two together, they must have been snorting, hooting some
Probably
schneef,
been assassinated.
hoovering some schneef off of the side of a barn.
Rips.
Anyway, so
Can I have another cookie?
you can have all the cookies you want, buddy. So
This is a
a
mound
similar
of
thing
cookies.
happened where I'm sitting there watching it, and Josh was with me. I think you were with us too. Oh, obviously you were because you
Yeah,
just
I was
mentioned
there.
it. I forgot you were there.
Absolutely.
So I was just like watching this
That's
band
the
because I was a
logo.
big Guttermouth fan, but I had never heard of Trick Turner. I was like, wow, these guys, I'm not really digging this. And
Church
I
is
look,
cool.
I look to my left, and half the crowd is their back turned, sitting on the ground, flipping them off, booing between every song.
Booing. They're like, "Fuck
And,
you, get off
and
stage."
I think they actually went off stage. They just like, all
yeah,
right,
they played
fine.
for about 20 minutes, and they're like, "All right, we can't do this anymore."
I mean,
like, "Fuck you, get out of here."
I mean, it was just tough guy,
Fair
like
enough.
dude with the bandana on, sleeves cut off, doing this when he's playing,
Yeah,
bass, trying
the
to be
wrong
tough.
crowd.
It was just the wrong crowd.
very similar to MSI, I would say. Like, not musically, but like the I don't know, like how they approached music, like the
Yeah.
personality, I guess.
I got
So-
a story that kind of combines those two things.
Well, just
If you're
a
done.
little pro tip, real quick. If you're booking a show, make sure the acts kind of fall in some sort of Venn diagram in there.
Well, that's the thing.
It's
Good
very
booking
important.
to make sure that you can maximize your crowd. They'll choose bands that are really different from each other, like at big festivals. and
These
stuff.
guys fuck donkeys. These guys are rap metal. That's fine.
Great,
Fuck
two different
donkey.
crowds. We'll slap them together. That doesn't always work.
Yeah, that looks like a Guttermouth photo. Anyway, go ahead,
Yeah.
Murph. Tell us your story.
Yeah, go check out Guttermouth. They're wonderful.
So I saw Mindless Self-Indulgence
Pass me the
open
cookies.
for Korn. I had no idea who they were. I don't even think their album like that.
Wait, they opened for Korn?
Yeah, this was before even they had like a major album.
MSI
I think
was with
just
Korn?
really liked them. Wow. And they took them on tour, and the crowd hated it. They booed him
Yeah.
the entire time. But the
Wow.
singer, Jimmy or whatever his name is, he handled it so like he would just be like, "Fuck you! Shut the fuck up! Everybody, shut the fuck up! Shut up!" Anyway, here's a new one.
Was that Mindless
Yeah,
Self-Indulgence?
That's
like, people were
glorious.
throwing change at him, like just change.
Well, that
And
happens.
he's like,
for,
"Stop throwing quarters, you pieces of shit!" And then you would run around and you'd take all the change and put in his pocket.
Well, they apparently that was kind of like their
That's
shtick.
awesome.
'Cause they're
It was,
from
I
New
think
York.
so.
They
was
started
awesome.
in New York, and they used to get bottles thrown at them and stuff. So they kind of like got used to it, and B started like kind of working it into their shtick. And there's actually they used a sample from a crowd on their album "Frankenstein Girls Will Seem Strangely Sexy." They have a song, and somebody called him a faggot, and he was like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, I'm a faggot, huh? Yeah, well, when you're out gay bashing, I'm gonna be at your house fucking your girlfriend in the ass."
Oh my God.
He
That's
said
a good
that from
retort.
Stage.
That's a good retort. And
Yo,
the guy's like,
while
"Oh, man."
you out gay bashing.
Gay bashing.
They were throwing out these little teddy bears. And I was
Teddy
like,
bears?
"What the fuck?" And the teddy bears just had a T-shirt on it that said "fuck you."
Well,
Well, that sounds
when that same show that the My Chemical Romance story, Jimmy Urine, the singer, he had his hair in Liberty spikes, probably like a foot, over a foot long, completely spray painted like white, and he had white lipstick on, wearing a 3-piece all white suit, And in black duct tape on his back, it said, "Fuck Whitey."
I'm glad he has fun. I'm glad he has a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like he can hang. Like
He also climbed up one side of the PA, got to the second balcony, ran all the way around, and climbed down the other side of the PA to get back on stage. Crazy motherfuckers.
I want to read a letter real quick
cool.
from a fan.
Hell yeah.
And,
Great cookie, by the way, Zephyr. Thank you.
Her name is Amanda. It says, "Dear Rob, Josh, Maddie, Alex, and Murph,
Oh shit!
You finally made
Better
it,
not
Murph.
be any compliments in here.
thank you for all you've done this year." We haven't done much this year yet, but I think you're talking about last year. But thank you. The live streams have been a bright spot in the week since you started them. It was only the beginning of the pandemic when I began to listen to your music. Whoa! On a consistent basis to relieve stress while I worked. To my joy, I found your live broadcast. Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Thrasher label. Wait, you label yourself as comedy metal. I disagree. Each song is a small slice of life. Aww. Broken computer, blue screen, bad day at work, minimum rage, dentist appointment, root of all evil. On call on Tuesdays, play Tuesday to get pumped, or any other song to be heavy and a little silly at the same time. Once again, thank you.
Comedy's rooted in truth.
To Murph.
Oh no.
Postscript.
It's heartwarming to see that a young Russian boy can immigrate to America and fulfill his life dream of becoming a Murph shark.
Wait, you're from Russia?
Dreams do come true. I'm saddened to hear that Josh will be taking a break, but patiently look forward to when he returns. The band is not the same without him. You're goddamn
We
right.
miss you,
it's not
Josh.
the same without him, Josh.
I didn't know Mr. Murphy was from Russia.
Enclosed are 2 bottles of non-alcoholic mead. As a beekeeper, I have the pleasure to make my own. I hope you enjoy, Amanda.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That's awesome. I hope you're watching
Honey
right
sauce.
now. Thank you.
Where's the mead?
It's over here.
Can I just see it? I want to see what it looks
No.
No,
Okay.
no, you don't get to see it.
There's one.
It's in a bag. Some bag mead.
What's better than bagged wine? Bagged mead.
Bag mead.
like. Hey,
Fun
how do people
bags.
send us stuff?
Somebody answer him real quick because I'm chewing.
So that was Murph had some pretty crazy shit. You said some pretty crazy. What was the craziest thing you ever saw at a show?
First of all, exclamation point P.O. box in the
There it is.
Oh,
Air taco on top
craziest
of that
thing I ever
shit.
shot a show.
Shot a show.
It's probably one of our shows. Man, I have to think about this because there's a lot of shows. A lot of crazy weirdos.
We've
come
done
to our
1,200 shows on multiple continents.
shows.
I was just talking before about the guy in Canada who we sang him happy birthday, and he had a full glass of beer. He had a full pint glass of beer crowd surfing, and they dropped his ass, and he stood up, and he still had the full beer. Like he didn't spill
That's
the
some
beer.
skill right there.
That was pretty amazing.
I think I've told the story about the Gathering show.
Oh,
It's epic.
when you caught the beer?
It's fucking epic.
Spoilers.
Oh, shit. I guess
Spoilers,
I was sorry.
but I
That's
don't
a
know.
spoiler.
I don't know if
I
that's
forgot
the craziest.
all about that, though.
I don't know if that's the craziest thing I've seen.
We
at the
were
show.
so nervous. I'm a juggalo, and I was nervous.
But it was weird because they're juggalos, and some of the juggalos in the chat probably know this, but
Many juggalos like to throw things.
at the Gathering, they're like, "Hey, I like this band," and we'll just throw a brick. You know, like they're crazy.
Maybe not bricks, but
Well, as
They're
see
saving
tequila
those for the
they can
acts they don't
grab on the
like.
ground and throw at you.
oh yeah, I
But
forgot
we started
about her
playing. We started playing, and they didn't throw anything at us.
like,
I
they don't
was
like us.
ready. I
They
was
hate
like,
us.
I'm right. So they're just standing there watching us. And I'm like, hey, you know, what do we? I'm like, I said, fuck it, you know. I was like, guys, can anybody have a beer? I'm thirsty. And someone from the back of
We played in a tent.
in the tent, there's like 300 or 400 people in there, like 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 4 in the morning.
Someone
for sure.
throws a beer. There was a nice arc to it.
It was like slow motion. You see like the little glistening droplets coming off of it on the way, like a tracer.
Yeah.
You know?
And I just,
Everyone's just.
I literally just put my hand up, and it lands perfectly.
It
in
was
my
stone
hand.
cold as fuck.
And I don't even really know who that
And he
is, to
cracked
be
it.
honest,
He
but
cracked it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was probably the proudest moment in my entire life.
You know, that's how we earned the respect of the Juggalos.
I need to raise my bar up a little
Well, you
bit.
said something too. You were like, "Wow, I'm surprised you guys aren't throwing shit at us yet. Can I have a beer?" And just
Oh, is that what I
just, like,
said? I don't
hucked
remember.
it. It was amazing. I honestly got scared. I was like, oh shit, because I think like Rob's about to get hit in the face with a full beer. I was perfectly in his hand. Just,
What kind of beer was it?
It was like
It's
a
like a
Coors
Busch
Light
Light or something
it was
like
one
that.
One of those frat boy
Juggalo
beers.
beer.
Earlier in
Headache beer.
the evening on the actual nice big stage, I was watching Tech 9 earlier, and they were like throwing stuff at him, and I remember something flying right at his face, and he looks at it like while he's rapping, and then he went, and then went right back to rapping. Like,
Dude,
it was
He's
so
the one.
professional.
So many bigger bands than
He's the
us
one.
have gotten so much more shit thrown at them by juggalos than us.
Yeah, he's just like,
that was the gathering where Tila Tequila got freaking.
That was the day before. Tia Tequila got like
Oh, was it the day before?
mauled
yeah.
the day before us.
Oh yeah.
And it was like on the news and got like all this airplay. And I'm the like I said, I'm the only juggalo in the band, so I'm like really stoked about this. And they're like, okay, if you say so, you know, we're gonna play the gathering, I guess. Like, you think it's gonna be okay? I'm like, oh, you guys, we're gonna do great. This is gonna be hilarious. This is gonna be so cool.
I was so
you know?
nervous.
And then
like,
that Tia
oh.
Tequila shit popped up like as we were on the way there. And I just remember like the tension level just like completely escalated.
Can I be honest about the first gathering experience? I didn't take a shit for 36 hours.
Yeah.
Specifically because I was at the gathering and I'm like,
believe
I'm holding it in. I'm not shitting
I
in
believe
this whatever this is. Like, this is
Yeah.
insane. Like,
Yeah.
this is absolute madness.
I
Where
think
did
that
they have the shit?
There was like 6 porta potties or something, and that was the entire fucking
they do
festival.
a really good
40,000
job of
there.
like hiding the porta potties
Oh
at
my
the
God,
gathering.
dude.
Like they've got a lot of them, but they're really hard to find.
I have motherfucking photos.
I'm just
Like,
really
I will
glad
show
we're
you.
talking about taking shits now. That's where
Oh,
this,
yeah.
that's where this podcast is coming to. Like,
Where
we're-
did you
here
end
we
up
are,
taking your first
ladies and
shit
gentlemen.
after the gathering?
A gas station.
Yep.
It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I shit my pants. I'm not going into those fucking porta potties.
If it makes you feel better, the first gathering, we were only there for like a day.
we were
at
there
that
for 36 hours.
36 hours. So yeah, a day and a half.
Day
we
and a
were there.
half. Yeah.
But the first gathering that I attended, I didn't shit for like 4 days.
Oh my god.
At
dude.
all.
How did the
There's a
people-
McDonald's,
how
by
did
the
they
way, before Murph
survive?
asks it.
By the way, Maddie, you're welcome. You're
did they
welcome.
survive?
I want to say you're welcome again.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
By
for
the
me.
way, we played the gathering and
a couple
Josh,
times.
Alex,
a couple
and I-
times.
the first gathering we played. Josh, Alex, and I were like, "Can we go?" Man's like,
Oh
"Can
my
we
God,
stay?
get me out of here.
I want to see all
Come
the
on,
bands."
please. It's
And
like I
we're
do
like-
this every year. Just let me watch ICP, please.
We're like, "Come on."
I will say this.
Fine.
Tech 9 was awesome. I
Tech 9
loved
was
watching
amazing.
Tech 9. That was amazing. So I got at least one group that I liked.
And you know what? You guys were cool enough to let me stay for this show, knowing it was one of my favorite bands and a long-time tradition for me. And I walked back to the van after ICP, and they were in the van, packed up, ready to go.
Yep.
Yes,
on
we
the
were.
road.
Yep.
Trailer hitched, fucking van running, AC
Sleeves rolled
blasting.
up.
Ready. I got in the van. They're like, we drove the fuck
We
out
wanted
of
to
there.
beat the crowd because they were all dissipating and like
Oh my god.
So thank you,
Getting in there.
thank you for that again.
getting their Tauruses. Or whatever.
Craziest shit I saw there, because I was not at the Tia Tequila incident, but Andrew WK played.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
he is a great fit for the Juggalos. Very positive, very party, kind of like on the fringe of what's popular, you know? and everyone was so stoked to see Andrew WK and the band perform because the picture that they had used in the booklet and all the promo was Andrew WK with the full band. And he showed up wasted by himself holding a half of a fucking bottle of tequila, of vodka, drunk as shit to backing tracks.
Tequila vodka mixture.
And
Those are
people
yummy.
were so pissed that he didn't have the band. And they threw everything they could. And he loved it. He was like, this is so cool. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming to the pod. And finally, after like 2 or 3 songs, somebody came out and was like, you need to go.
You gotta go.
Like,
Get out of here.
You're not the only one having fun. Like, you need to get off stage before they hurt you.
I just like his,
so wasted.
I like his song that's like party 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 party.
Is that really how it
Poor
goes?
Andrew.
I don't know.
God damn
I
it.
have no idea. I'm just talking shit.
I got a
now.
new question.
What's up?
Name your favorite cartoon as a kid.
They're making a Tom and
What's
Jerry
your
movie.
favorite one? Tom and
The
Jerry?
Teenage
Turtles.
Mutant Ninja Turtles, my friends.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's hard. It's
Ninja
hard to put
Turtles.
anything above that one for me.
That was
So
my,
all
that
three
was
of
my
us are
jam.
Ninja Turtles.
That was my jam.
How about you?
Life is like a hurricane.
It's
here
a Duck bird.
Tails.
Lasers, airplanes, it's
a
a duck bird. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
DuckTales. Woo! Every
I was
day
Launchpad
that
for
I've
Halloween
been
one year.
making DuckTales. We should
were?
totally
How does it
fucking
look?
cover
I'm in.
fucking DuckTales.
Oh no!
Can we
it's
fucking
bad.
cover DuckTales?
I mean, you sound angry about it. Yeah.
Woo!
Yes.
Animaniacs is back. That was pretty awesome. I was always a big fan of Pinky and the Brain.
That's a good one.
Pinky and the Brain was awesome.
Does Dragon Ball Z count?
I got into that when I was like early 20s.
Yeah, I was
So
a
I was a
teenager
kid.
already.
Yeah, you're like 20 years younger than me or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna cover DuckTales and maybe
gonna cover it?
Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
Oh, I love Chippendale.
Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Shut up, Salty. You're old. You're
old.
You're probably
Transformers.
5 years old, like
Transformers
typing on
is
your
pretty
stupid
good.
phone. What?
Transformers.
More than meets the eye. I don't know. Michael Bay kind of like shat all over that for me. It's hard for me to enjoy
was never into
Transformers.
that.
I remember
What about
watching the
Transformer
Ghostbusters
balls?
cartoons too.
Transformer balls.
Trans-
Was that not appropriate for the kids?
oh yeah, the testicles and the
yeah,
oh,
like
God.
Transformer testicles.
There were 2 cartoons of Ghostbusters on simultaneously. 2 versions.
Was it the Slimer
Really?
show? And
There was
then-
like regular. It was like Ghostbusters and like the real Ghostbusters.
The real Ghostbusters. They had more.
cover the
Monty
Sailor
find a
Moon
picture.
theme? I don't know that one.
No.
Hey, Sozu, should we cover the Sailor Moon theme?
No.
She's a big fan. Of
Oh yeah, all us boys were really into Sailor
We're talking about
Moon.
like Ninja Turtles and like all these fighting machines. It's like
the boys were into it because of the short skirts the girls wore, pretty much.
Trying to think, what other
think-
cartoon? I mean, there's the classics. You know, you got all your Bugs Bunnies and shit,
Sure.
but which are incredibly racist and violent. Looking back,
What about
there's certain ones they don't even play anymore.
Garfield.
Tailspin? Remember Tailspin?
Tailspin was pretty
That
awesome.
was pretty good.
Baloo.
Isn't that how that one starts?
That sounds right to me. I don't know.
Tailspin.
But actually,
had
Josh,
I'll be right back.
Josh put together a demo for the Dragon Ball Z theme.
I remember.
A bunch of years ago, but we never got around to it.
I remember doing. I remember my VHS for American Tail was just like shredded. I watched it so much.
American Tail.
I loved that
There are
movie when I was a
no
kid.
Cats in America.
And the streets are paved with cheese.
Murph's killing it right now. He's in the zone.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Somewhere
I'm gonna have to watch the Sailor Moon
out
intro just to see
there.
what the. Someone. I'm gonna have to see if it's any good. What about the Captain N, the Game Master? I don't remember the intro to that. Mega High. You know that one? Mega Man.
Thundercats Ho.
Captain Planet.
Gargoyles.
Ba, ba, ba,
Gonna
ba,
take pollution
ba, ba,
down to
ba.
zero.
Oh no!
Again, I was
Captain
already
Planet.
a teenager, I think, at that point. But when they did the Batman animated series, that wasn't all like weird and
He-Man?
goofy. It was kind of
was after school.
kind of dark. You can't really say at the time it was dark because it was before Christopher Nolan got a hold of it. But like the one with Mark Hamill as the Joker, that series was really good. That was Gargoyles and I want to say it was like Toonami or something.
I don't know.
And if I had to choose my favorite cartoon now as an adult, I'd probably say the Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
Venture Brothers, Invader Zim, still Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball
Invader Zim.
Dragon Ball Zimmed, Dragon Ball Abridged.
Dragon Ball Z
is pretty
Abridged? Oh, yeah.
is pretty imaginative and awesome.
Oh, Batman. That's a good one.
Captain Planet, he's
a
a hero,
hero,
gonna take pollution down to zero.
That's actually in the song.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
gonna take pollution down to zero.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And
Good job, Captain Planet.
It's such a
Your
corny ass
powers
show, though.
combined, I am Captain Planet guy. I think that's what his.
Bum ba dum ba dum bum bum bum
Oh,
bum
the Best
bum ba
Becky
dum
Gadget
ba
would
dum
be
bum.
great.
Ooh, I loved.
Go, Gadget, go.
Go, Gadget,
What do you think,
go.
Alex?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Boom, boom, boom.
But that was live action.
Okay,
Also.
so Alex got some shit to
And
show
the game
you.
show.
I got
right.
a whole stack
Oh,
shit.
Oh, no.
of like show and tell.
Look at these bad boys.
Show and tell. So this is the very first demo in Psychostick history.
Here, I'll hold it up to my camera.
Hold it
here.
up. Very, very first one.
Don't bitch. It's free.
And that's on the right side with the little pink. That's me using a Post-it note to cover up the phone number because I don't want like 48 fucking voicemails in a row.
Is that your phone number?
No,
I think it was like
it was mine.
it was your
was
phone
my
number,
phone
but it
number,
became
yeah.
the band phone number or something.
Yeah, I
I
don't
wonder
know.
whose phone number it is now.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
We probably still have
So
it.
good morning, Pla, in a band to get chicks. And what's the fourth one?
Those stupid ifs.
Yeah, that didn't make it on the actual full length. And then
right.
we added one more song onto these.
Stream.
Don't play that. We added one more song. We played "Throwing Down," like the demo of that, before we had the full album version.
Yeah,
And the
that little
performances
mini-disc
are
version, too.
not good on here.
it was our first. No,
It was a good.
Okay.
Don't
Good test.
bitch. It's free.
every
Exactly.
band.
Don't bitch.
Every
It's
band's
free.
first demo is not good,
No.
and this is no
It's not.
exception. I kind of want to throw this in and see how it sounds. It's been a long time. I don't have a CD player though.
Here's number 2.
All right, here's the second one.
This was also
We should do
before
that on the next
we couldn't think of
podcast.
a title.
Have a listening
Hey,
party.
does the title of that sound familiar?
So I got this is long before the song Die a Lot existed. This was actually a demo name long before.
What's on that one?
Fake My Own Death and Go Platinum, Scrotal Torment,
Love
and
that song.
again, Those Stupid Ifs. We
You guys really
re-recorded
thought
it.
that was going to be the hit.
Yeah. Like, that's the kind of not funny song, so we should probably do it again because they'll like it. So
Yeah.
I have a story about this one.
Okay.
Before we had these printed up with, like, the knife and the thumb and all that stuff, I printed my own demo. Like, I had a CDR. It was like a Memorex CDR, and I wrote Psychostick on it. And it only had the 2 songs, Fake My Own Death and Go Platinum and Scrotal Torment. And I wrote on it with Sharpie because I was going to go see Goldfinger. This is probably like 2002 maybe. And I was all excited to see Goldfinger. I'm like, just in case I meet the band, I'm going to give them a demo. Because that's always a good idea for some reason.
Oh, we
In
didn't know
every
what you were
start,
doing.
when you're a young band, like everybody wants to give artists that they like their demo because they think that'll shoot them to stardom or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I had this like burned Memorex with Sharpie on it, and it had Fake My Own Death and Go
Sweet
Platinum.
band name,
Yeah.
Memorex.
And I got to meet Charlie, the guitarist for Goldfinger, like after the show was over, and I had a Goldfinger hat on, and I had a Goldfinger shirt on that I just purchased that night, and I was all excited and super young, still a teenager, and I got to see Charlie. I'm like, hey, Charlie, I love the show. Can I just give you this thing before you leave? And he's super nice. He was really thankful. He's like, yeah, let me, thank you for the gift. And he looks at it.
And you watched him throw it out.
No. It was actually really charming. He's like, he laughed. He's like, Fake My Own Death and Go Platinum. That's a great song title. He's like, thank you, man. And then and that was that.
Nice.
That was the entire
I don't remember that story.
interaction. And then he went back to the bus or whatever it was. And I was like, I felt so proud. Like, he probably never listened to it, but the fact that he got a laugh out of it, I'm like,
That's validation.
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You
so-
totally
That's a
validated.
great
Charlie's
story.
the shit. Goldfinger rules. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody says.
All right, what else you
Okay,
got?
so now I
I
got
don't
a
think
whole.
he cares what anybody says either.
Okay, so I got a whole bunch of
Run the
singles.
gambit here.
All right,
we
real
have-
quick. Let me do this real quick before you
Cool.
continue. Sorry. Samx resubscribed for 2 months using Amazon Prime. Thanks for making Thursdays awesome. And Rob Bozzi just subscribed. Thank you.
Oh,
Hell yeah. And yes, we have seen Horse the Band. I've actually seen them live. I don't know if you guys saw them live. I
I've
saw
never
them
seen.
live.
I've been a fan of that group for like
Had-
a decade and a half. I've never seen them live.
Had no idea who the fuck they were, and their stage was covered in stuffed animals. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Now we're talking.
They have 3 new songs, by the way. They put out an EP. They haven't
really?
recorded anything in like a decade, but they're back and they're awesome. So, good stuff.
All right.
So this is an original copy of the very first edition, the first 1,000 copies we had printed before we were signed in 2003. We went through CD Baby, I think it was, of the original album. This did not include ABC Death or Jägermeister Love Song.
Oh shit, my
This
phone number's
was-
on this one too.
Yeah, don't show them the back. So this is 2003, the original release of all these songs. So the art's a little bit different and everything. We didn't realize that you probably want to make your band name a little bit larger and more prominent so they can actually see it. So
My apartment address is on the back of this.
Your address is on there?
Yes, right there.
Oh my god, dude.
Why did I do that? What, I think like
What?
record executives come knocking on my door. Hey, you want a lot of money for no reason?
That was in quadrangles.
That was the quadrangles. If you
yeah.
live in Tempe and you know where the quadrangles are, I
That's
used to
where you
live
lived.
there. Yeah. So
This one, okay, this is 2006. Fast forwarding a couple years, when we finally released beer with Rock Ridge Music for the first time. That was 06. So that was our official CD that we sent off to radio guys and whatnot. This one's a little weird. This is 2007. It was actually a 2-ton paperweight single, I guess. And they had a...
beer on it.
It's just beer?
That one's beer, yeah.
Okay.
This one right here has 2-ton paperweight as a single. And they had the airplay version, which they cut out the whole, like, bridge and an album version. And then they had the beer drinking version, which is exactly the same as just the regular version on this one. On
yeah.
here.
Oh, is it? Oh, that what this is?
Exactly the same.
Yeah, they had
Okay.
the drinking version. It's the same exact recording.
What logo is that? That's just like a font.
Yeah, it's the, I don't know. I
We-
didn't design this. They
we
just
had
they did all this.
Nothing to do with these single things.
Yeah. So
So
there you go.
this just has a smaller logo.
Basically, yeah, it's
It
like a
had-
smaller, and
and
it wasn't
ABC
prominent.
Death and Jägermeister Love Song are not on that.
Yeah,
And what's the hidden track?
that's the outtakes.
And Hokey Pokey.
Right,
That's why you had to re-release this, right? Because
Yeah.
you had the hokey fucking pokey
Yeah,
on
the-
it.
Which I think is now public domain. So
So fuck them.
Fuck them.
eat my butthole.
So this one
totally
is
released that.
2009. They made a single for that.
Oh, this is not a CD. It's a sandwich. Like if you could find one of these, this is a very, very rare.
You might get a whole $1 for that
You
bad
might
boy.
get $2 whole.
I don't
Oh,
know
look,
why they
old band
put
members.
Beer Part 2 on the...
Man, I definitely had one
Demo?
of those. I wonder what I did with it.
Oh yeah, they put beer on there. Oh, I know why they did that.
It's like,
Why?
wrong album, guys.
Because they wanted to, milk that teat as hard as possible.
And last one, they made a clean version of Girl Direction because they were trying so hard. Like, Girl Directions has to be the single.
Was
We're
it was
like,
it
"God damn
bleeped? Give me the beep and address.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure
You
it
have to
was.
figure
Give me
it
the
out.
beep and address, you beep.
And when I heard it, I'm like, that's stupid. Okay.
Hey, look, Eric's number's on there. Give him a ring.
What? What?
Who? Who's
Eric,
Eric?
our old radio guy. I don't know if that number works. Sorry, don't give him a ring. Leave him
I
alone.
like a little star. Explicit version not suitable for airplay. They might be offended by bad words.
What was the what about that rap group Crack Money? That was the one you did MILF with. Was that entirely fictitious group? They yes, they were real.
Two albums. Two full
A
albums.
lot of
had-
people think that you guys are actually crack money.
No. There's a couple of other guys, and they had a couple of albums, and then they stopped.
Then they have like
Because-
kids or something.
One of them
Yeah,
started having kids, and then the other one was like, "I want to do more stuff." And the other guy
Who
was
would
like,
do that?
No, but he was kind of squatting on the name, so they just stopped, which is sad because they're so good. That would have been the biggest Juggalo rap group of all time. If if ICP got a hold of those guys, they would have been
The
massive.
first
there
time
it is.
Yep,
That's
it.
Crackalicious.
That's
the first
Crackalicious.
time I heard that shit, because I am the only Psychostick member that was a fan before knowing you guys.
Right.
I thought that was so fucking funny.
They're funny.
That
really
crack
funny
money,
guys.
I thought it might have
They
been
were
you guys
awesome,
too.
man.
I was like, is this their like a hip hop alter egos? Because that's fucking hilarious.
No, it wasn't us. That was this guy and
was that
another
guy,
guy
yeah.
named John.
Yeah.
What was
Back
it?
in the
Double
Napster
Double
days.
D. That
Double
was his
D
name.
and Crackalicious. Those are rap
Crackalicious
names.
and Double D, and they were
They're
just
so
comedy
funny.
rap, and they were so good.
And
like
how
I
did
said, man, if ICP would have gotten a hold of them, they would be like
would-
multi-platinum.
oh my God.
Huge.
So I'm trying to think now. How did I end up with that shit? Because I remember hearing you guys on WAAF in, I believe, 2007.
Sounds about
I heard the beer song,
yeah.
and I went on, I believe, LimeWire, and illegally downloaded the album because there was only one at that point.
Right.
And I must have gotten my hands on Crack Money because it must have said like whatever MILF featuring Psychostick.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that was.
My one addition to the MILF song was I recommended that they include the word Sun City, like because that's an actual town in the Phoenix area. because he's talking about older women, and Sun City is notoriously for old people.
Yeah.
So if you live in Phoenix, you know
Yeah.
Sun City's all about old people. So he's like, in the song, it's like Sun City, but still you drop it
Crack
crazy.
Money Records.
I don't know if they're still around. Let me check.
I can't find anything. I'm trying to look.
We're in the information age, and there's even less now than there was back then.
Crack Money was
Server
absolutely
not found.
brilliant.
Yep, they're gone.
Just brilliant.
Which is a shame because I don't know. Like
They were
Check
so
their
good.
MySpace.
I tried.
That's actually a good idea.
I'm way ahead of you.
Shit, I'll
Bird's already
burn.
there.
I have these albums burned. I'll just send them to you.
That was in the MySpace days for sure.
Uh-oh.
I had 2 Ton Paperweight as my MySpace song. So when people logged on to my MySpace page, it would piece of shit! It scared the crap out of people.
I think I
It
had a
was lot of
Slipknot
fun.
song that's like.
I think Joey Jordanson did that too. He had 2 Ton Paperweight on his
No shit.
When-
MySpace page, and we got all this exposure. because
When
of
that happened, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god, we're on his MySpace.
I
page.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
Then
really
another
exciting.
Slipknot tie. So we got
Yeah.
Joey, we
I
got
never met Joey.
we got Corey, we got Craig, and I hung out with Sid once.
I met Sid, but he didn't want to
Smoked a
talk to
lot
me.
of weed.
He's like, I'm with my family. Go away.
he smokes a lot of weed, or at least he did when I met him.
Shouty got her high. I found this weird MySpace page. Shouty got her high. Crack MySpace.com/. Crack Money Records. Shouty got her eyes on me. First track is Pull Up, Hop Out. 2 is What It Used to Be. 3, C, the letter C, Me in the Street. I don't think this is the same guy.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Well, I want to show you one thing real quick. There's not really a story to it, except that back when there were like record stores, and that's how you got music.
Yeah.
There used to be sections of different kind of music,
right.
and in the late '90s, early 2000s, I don't even know if they're still around. FYE, is FYE
They-
still a store?
We used to have our albums in their store.
I think they bought out Warehouse, or Warehouse bought them out.
They-
Somebody bought somebody out.
I know FYE kind of conglomerated a bunch of stuff because there used to be a store on Long Island called The Wall. It was a
Okay.
music store called The Wall, and they were shortening all their CD supplies so they could sell more like stuff, you know, like to compete with Hot Topic and Spencer's.
yeah.
So they got rid of their heavy metal section, and I was so bummed when they got rid of it. They're like, "Oh no, it's just over here under rock." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Well, since this is empty, can I have that?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Ooh. Heavy metal.
I got the
In
section
the book of heavy
signed.
metal. Schnitzel donated $3.21.
Yes.
I'm still really
Says,
Thank you.
hello,
Hyped about
aus
this.
Deutschland.
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 Our one experience there was absolutely wonderful. Great place.
We hope to go back
To
someday.
Leipzig.
Absolutely.
Is that how you say it?
Leipzig.
Was it
Leipzig.
Leipzig?
Let's read some tweets again. We forgot about that.
What? Oh, yeah, we got some inspirational tweets. What's the next one? Don't trust people who don't like tacos. They're probably not human.
Oh no.
I agree.
Oh no.
Everyone's a...
Wait, where
what you-
I'm messed
that
up.
one. Everyone's a motherfucker. You're in the job for life to be better, motherfucker. Always. All right. Thank you, Kiera.
Okay, that's where we left.
Is that
Okay.
Dollhouse?
That
Kira.
was where we left off. There we go.
Kira.
Life is like a carrot. One day it's in your hand, and the day it's in your ass. And then at the end, it's all just like shit.
Who wrote this?
Oh, thank you, Hannibal, for that inspirational quote. Luck is like a box of Kleenex. You never know when you're going to run out. But if you watch a lot of porn, you're just going to run out quicker.
I like that one.
Talking about wieners. Free candy. It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat. Caddyshack.
That's a hell of a limerick.
Thank you, Free Candy. There is no trouble in life that can't be made better with a good poop. I
Makes you feel better
don't disagree with that.
and gives you time to
Brett
think.
Stewart, God gave men brains larger than dogs so they wouldn't hump women's legs at cocktail parties. Ooh, hackers,
I
good
assume
one.
that's from the movie Hackers.
I'm
Hack the
guessing
planet.
so. Joe, he says, life sucks and then you die, so eat the fucking taco.
Amen.
That's
I'm gonna get that tattooed.
the last thing he said to me. Sometime when the crew is up against it and the brakes are beating the boys, tell them to get out there and give it all they got and win one for the zipper. I don't know where I'll be then, Doc, but I won't smell too good. That's for sure. That's from something.
That's Leslie Nielsen said that in
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Win this one for the zipper.
As a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool repeats
that
his
Airplane?
folly. Proverbs 26:11 as beer plays in the background. Keep going, show your worth, kick some ass, and take some names. Be the person I know you can be. My friend says this to me whenever I'm depressed. Thank you, Fox. Elizabeth McKenzie.
As fuck.
If you think you can, you should. If you think you can't, you should do it twice, naked and in public. Well,
Why don't we do it in the
Man.
road?
Adam, let's do this last one here. Adam says, if you hit a man, in time his wounds will heal. If you steal from a man, you can replace what you've stolen. But always cross in the green, never in between, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Ali floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. And always remember, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, 2000 party. Oops, out of time, my bacon smelling fine.
What is that from? That's from a movie, too.
I don't know.
That whole thing is from a movie?
Yeah, that's absolutely from a... can you copy-paste and search that? I know that. That's another one. I want to say it's a Leslie Nielsen movie. When you hit a man,
quite a
in
quote.
time, his wounds will heal. If you steal a man, you replace what you've stolen. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. What is that from? Is that Airplane?
Airplane, yeah, I think so.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
that was a
Don't Be
great
Menace.
movie.
Great
Oh,
fucking
I love
movie.
that
Love the
movie.
Wayans.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Alex has something to share.
I got one more
it's
thing
the
to-
African dude. Okay.
I got one more
Yeah.
thing to share, like a huge influence on my drumming. So I don't have them. I don't have them anymore, but I used to have 2 VHS tapes. One was from Neil Peart from Rush, and he had a Peart, whatever. Like
Press F in the chat.
he's Canadian. I can say it however I want, right? Yeah, he did a 2-tape. It was VHS. It was a 2-tape drum video, and he went through all of Test for Echo. And he explained each song, and he played each song, and he did it absolutely flawlessly. Every single song, they just took the drums out, and he played along to the recording. It was absolutely perfect. And he explained his philosophy of drumming, and it influenced me like so much, just because he was talking about making the drums represent whatever the lyrics are saying, and that really hit home. Like there was a song about like some sort of tribal influence. He started doing a lot of Tom stuff, and so I really took that to heart. And ever since watching that as a kid, I've always tried to do that, to have my drums represent whatever's happening lyrically in the Psychostick songs. So that was one. The other one was this. I had it originally on VHS. I do not anymore. This is the DVD. I bought it again at Zia Records because Zia rules. This is Brain from Primus. This is his drum video, and it is batshit crazy. It's so fucking crazy. It's called Shredding Reapus on the Nar Rad. And you see him with like all this money and jewels and bling and like this mansion behind him, but it's like the lowest budget video you've ever seen in your life. It is amazing. If anyone out there, it's just absolutely incredible, and it's not only inspirational to me, but he explains so many like things about his drumming, like how he learned to play and everything else that influenced my playing just incredibly as a kid. So this is one of the biggest influences of me as a musician, I would say, of my entire life. So
I want to give a shout out
proud to share it.
to Schnit. Oh, I already got you, Schnitzel. Danke. Air Talker donated $50.
Air talk.
And he said, goops.
Goops.
And then Moose Campbell donated $10 and says,
Good name.
a friend in need is a pest.
That's
Well
a
said.
great quote.
That is a great quote. Simple, to the point,
Oh
and
man,
accurate.
Yeah, fuck people.
fucking people
Fuck the record.
asking for stuff.
Fuck the people.
Yes. So, anything else you want to hit? What else you got? Let's hit them, and then we'll
on
leave
the-
these poor people
On the back
alone.
it says it's the freshest freshie of the Pow Pow.
freshest,
Freshest
pow.
Freshest of the pow pow.
Yeah, starring Brain's mom. She does make an appearance. And Visit the Snowman. Like there's a snowman in one scene for no reason at all, and he's just drumming, and there's a snowman behind him. They don't explain anything, and that's why I like it so much. It's so great.
All right.
So, when I was in seventh grade French,
You have a gorilla?
it's a gorilla. This is an inspirational poster, like they have in. I got this from school, from French class. And on the bottom it says, "Non, je ne vais pas baisser la musique," which means, "No, I will not turn down the music."
And what was
Why
the gorilla influence on
Why
that?
was there a gorilla that said this? I don't know.
It's an intense looking gorilla too. He's like,
He's very like. I was staring at it, and I kind of worked out. It's simple words until I got to the verb basser, and I was really curious about it. It had nothing to do with what my teacher was talking about.
Bassier.
So it's like bass, the bottom to turn down. I basically asked her and completely disrupted the class, saying, "What does basser mean?" She said to turn down, and everyone's looking at me like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And I lost my shit, dying laughing. And I was already one of the, weird kids at that point. So it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, it's that weird kid laughing hysterically for no reason again, And she said, why is this relevant? Like, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Like, why are you being disruptive? I was like, well, it's on that poster. And she said, if you ace your speaking portion at the end of the year, you can have that poster.
Ooh.
And everyone else forgot about it.
Oh, shit.
And I aced it. And when she read out the grades, I got up and I walked to the back of the room. And again, everyone was looking like, what the fuck is he doing now? And I was like, bink, 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 and took out the pens, rolled it up, stuffed it in my book bag, and everyone just kind of laughed.
Fucking kid.
And I've had this. If you watch my streams, I have it up in the background on my stream. People ask me about it all the time. I've had this over or near every stereo I've had since.
Is the gorilla's name Bassier?
Basser, it could be.
Basser?
People are always like, is that Harambe? I was like, I think this is way before
Yes,
Harambe
like decades
was even
before
born,
Harambe
probably.
was born.
But the reason why it's an influence is because every time I saw that, it always cracked me up. I think it's hilarious that there's a gorilla for no reason talking about, no, I'm not going to turn down the music. A pensive gorilla. And I feel like that somehow works into my Psychostick, being that it makes no sense, it's very funny, and it involves music.
Hell yes.
So I felt like that was just my
That's
my little show and tell since you asked me to bring shit.
Thank you, the Broasaurus,
Seventh
for
grade.
the $1. Appreciate you.
I got one more to show and tell. So everybody talks about this is the worst movie ever. This is the worst. No.
Shit.
Is that Barna?
This is Barn of the Blood Llama. This
Rob
is
can
the
hold that
worst
one up.
movie.
Rob can hold that one up. I ain't touching it.
This movie is so bad it didn't even come on DVD. This is a VCD, and it does not play in players anymore because none of them use the correct codecs. It comes on 2 discs. You can't watch the full movie unless you switch out the discs.
I'm going to read this.
This is absolutely the worst movie in the world. I don't give a fuck what anybody
This
says.
doesn't describe the movie on the back.
It doesn't. Well, does it?
All right, no, it just says, Bijou Flix is your premier source for independent, rare, and oddball and cult movies, and they sell
They're plugging
themselves.
their.
But I'll read
production
the
company.
front. It says, to avoid death from shock laughter, keep repeating, it's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie.
It's only a movie.
Bijou Flix presents a maybe gravy film, Barn of the Blood Lovin', starring Lucinda Cruz, two Lucindas, Hinton, Kirsten Carter, Fred Ellis, Connie Campbell, David Boone, and Raven Greywolf. That's not your name, Raven. Special appearance by Clive Barker and C.K. McFarland.
Air Taco nailed it. This is the actual synopsis. Inbred hillbillies trap various passers-by at their World of Wool llama farm, where an animal coroner is conducting genetic experiments which turn the animals into sex-starved toxic beasts. A new look at bad animal husbandry.
Oh, God damn it.
And the baby llamas shoot fireballs for some reason. Yeah, this is the worst movie ever made. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can't, unless you've seen this, you can't tell me you've seen a worse movie.
So I guess we probably don't have time, which is fine.
Sure we do.
There's plenty in here. But talking about teenage years, and you were talking about, influences and stuff, and I was trying to think of, when I was saying, like, you develop an identity with music, and you start thinking for yourself and doing things for yourself. So this is my Slipknot folder from middle school. Well, this was probably from high school at this point because this had come out already.
Now we're talking.
This is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which you can't see because of the green. Oh, no.
Yes. Yes.
Censored.
Censored.
This was from middle school. And it is filled.
Wow, look at this.
No. Is that a
Concert
naked
tickets?
lady?
No, she's not naked. This was from Guitar World magazine. This was Hugh Hefner, one of his girlfriend thing.
It's for the guitar.
So these are all like pictures I had hanging up in my room. As here's a ladybug eating weed. That's a fun one.
What?
Here's Dimebag. See, it's just stuff that, my room was covered in this. Anybody else have a room that was just, plastered in pictures and stuff?
That shit everywhere.
Yeah, I lost track
And this
of all
was
that.
like probably one of the first memes I ever had before memes were called memes. It says, "Kind buds make us happy. 420 is always happy time."
Oh no.
What? Why are the kids there?
I was a weird kid, man.
Kids are like,
ICP. Oh man, what's next after that?
We had a couple.
There's a lot of high times in here, but also some music, I'm sure. But I just felt like
are these
that's
concert
great.
tickets?
I just found it. Yes, it is. Where is that?
Who's Richard James?
Oh, this was in college. This was one of my friend's shows.
Oh, cool.
People with Instruments, 2009.
Nice. So
Where Dopapod got famous.
Elizabeth McKenzie donated $37.37. And, Elizabeth, you're going to have to tell me why you donate such weird numbers. But we'll take it. Says, today was a shitty day. I got in my car and NSFW came on. All is well with the world again.
So it was a shitty day, but a good night, I'm hoping?
Yeah, it got better. And then Big Dick's halfway in donated $5 and said, sorry, no vacancy.
No vacancy.
Oh, boy, here we go. Here's a good one. Disturbed.
There he is.
Oh,
Chicago favorite. Here we go.
All right. Maddie's just having a nostalgic trip here.
Jamie Bestwick. Here we go.
Jamie Bestwick is a badass. That dude was,
BMX baby.
dude. BMX is a huge part of my childhood too. So
That was my
That's
bike.
awesome.
I rode a Bestwick.
did you?
Yeah.
I couldn't afford a Bestwick.
It's my first job. I bought a guitar and a bike, both of which were way out of my league that I didn't know how to do anything with on either.
So,
For me, it was Tim Fuzzy Hall. Like that was my favorite biker, like my favorite dirt biker.
is there anything else you want to show for show and tell, Alex? Before we...
Well, I brought
Lord of the Strings.
I brought the two best video games in history.
You got the Descent 2 and 3.
Oh! And it has the bonus CD with the Descent 3 Mercenary Pack or whatever it's
Those are
called.
called expansion packs.
Centered around a dark conspiracy revealed that Descent 3 Mercenary will
Nowadays known as DLC.
What's it called?
It's still known as downloadable content nowadays, but
No.
nowadays...
Bonus CD, it says. Right here.
All right.
Plain as day.
Yeah.
These are the best games ever.
Let's see that shit.
So deal with it. Look at all these discs. There's so many discs here.
I don't know if you can see that.
There's multiple discs.
You'll get the camera right one.
Look at all these.
Oh, no. Get that shit out of here. That's enough of that.
Can't even play the game without loading all the discs.
We got to do a Descent stream at some point with you playing Descent and us sitting there watching you try to remember how to play it.
I will battle these little robot guys. I try to read the book. That book is really bad. That's a terrible book. And the robots in the book start having emotions and wanting to talk to the other people. This has nothing to what is going on? Why are the robots in love with each other now? What the fuck is happening?
Well, how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real, says Jaden Smith.
Our eyes aren't real?
They're very
How
real,
so?
Jaden. She needs to provide your evidence, Jaden. Rolls are just a suggestion, Marge, just like pants. Homer Simpson.
I'm not going to check out other games. I'm sorry.
Try or do not. There is no do.
I don't think that's how that goes, but I like that.
Psychostick. That's what gets me through the day.
You spell her name right. I'm into it.
People are talking about you behind your back, then just fart. Fortune cookie quote.
That's good.
I love it. John Marco says, if there needs to be an
Marco.
and, there must be the do. So speak at the words and do the do. Very
That
correct.
guy needs beer.
Mike Alb says, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, that's not all peas are poops, but all poops are peas. Wow. Oh, no.
It's going to be hard to top that one.
Yeah, that's number one. Don't bring anything
And
home
number
you can't
two.
wash off. Yeah, all right. Get our go good with pizza.
Damn
There is
right.
no such thing as too much bacon.
Controversial.
Oh,
Very controversial.
oh no.
There there's too much bacon.
When?
When there's like too much of it.
Like the Baconator?
I never had a Baconator.
I haven't either because
I
it's too much
haven't
bacon.
Oh, there
Sorry,
you go.
Daniel. Or whoever that was. We will burn the bridge when we get to it. People die when they are killed.
It's true.
The cheese is always twice the fence post. What? Fair enough. Centipedes have shoes, so can you.
We gotta
I'm
burn
glad
through
you guys
this.
are having fun, you know? Don't pull all your meat in the freezer until it's cold. Some homeless wizard chanting spells.
Is that a thing?
I don't
Should
know
you
what
wait
that
till it's
is.
cold before you
Somebody
freeze it?
can tell me in the chat. Stick your cycle up your toe hole and vomit into a seatbelt.
Okay.
It's never not too many times to go if back school.
Yes.
Yes. Drink your water or the ground will drink you.
I like that one.
You
That's
like that
straight
one,
up.
Murph? Is that some
That fits
wisdom?
perfectly with my concert story before.
Unfuck the fuckery of those fuckers who can fuck with you. Good. Orange juice are only good with extra pulp.
No bits.
No be it.
All the bits, please.
All right, we
bits.
got through them all.
All
right.
So,
Hey.
fun little piece of history here. March 2002, Guitar World Magazine, Best Guitar Albums. Number 5, Aerosmith, Just Push Play. Number 4, POD, Satellite. Number 3, Kid Rock, Cocky.
What?
Oh my God.
Number 2,
What?
Incubus, Morning View. And number 1, Creed, Weathered.
Who compiled this list?
Of what year?
2002, baby.
Show the camera.
I like how in 2002 the
Creed.
Dillinger Escape Plan put out an album with motherfucking what Mike Patton, and you're telling me Creed was at the top of the list? Suck a dick.
Okay, so metal. Number 5 was Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory.
I like
Number
that album.
4
but
is Slipknot's Iowa.
that's a
Number
good
3 is System of a Down's Toxicity.
That's a good album.
Number 2 is Tool's Lateralis.
Good album.
And number 1, Stained, Break the Cycle. Best
They
metal
were on a
album.
roll for a while, but then why is
Their first two albums are solid, man, but like I don't know if the
Comparing it to the rest of that list today, though, is like, huh?
Worst
Like
band.
what?
And they had a category, Worst Band for 2002.
oh great.
Number 5, Sum 41.
Okay.
Number 4, Blink 182. Number 3, Slipknot.
so Slipknot is
Who
on the
also
best
made-
and worst list? This makes
Number
no
2,
sense.
number 2 is Stained.
So it must have been like user voted or
Yeah.
something.
And number 1, In Sync.
Okay.
That's a really dumb list of everything. Like that whole thing is very
Here you go,
silly.
Murph.
What?
Here's a Max Cavalera headshot for you.
Oh hell yeah!
Bingo.
Bingo!
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Check
Very
out
young.
check
Look at
out
that guy.
Killer Be Killed
Killer
with
Be
Max
We have
Cavalera
to
and
get Sean on the
friends.
show one day so I could tell the story of the Soulfly show we went to because it is the weirdest things.
All right.
I love that idea because Sean, he was on Choking Hazard as the doctor, right?
He sure
Yep.
was.
So he can reprise his role and be like, "Wait, what's my line?"
But when you were asking about craziest concert stories, like I didn't tell one, but that whole day was one of them. It was just the two of us, so I'd love to revisit that day with him.
All right, when we get him, we'll definitely
Well,
have
you-
that be a
There's
conversation.
sex, there's
That sounds
violence,
awesome.
there's
You
parking
told the
tickets.
story about the ladies, the young ladies on the motorcycle.
Right. This might be a little more extreme than that.
Fair enough.
Slipknot, a little bit more Slipknot.
Well,
More
ladies and gentlemen, I think
Slipknot.
as Matty toils through his childhood, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call
Long
it a
before
day.
We played with them.
All right, we'll
and-
show you
and-
one more
and
poster.
toured with them. Holy shit! I can't even believe I had that. Mushroom Head.
It's the Mushroom Head guys.
Oh, it's Ghostbusters again.
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Holy shit!
How many of those guys
on
are
the other
actually in the
side?
band now?
Metal Edge magazine.
who is that?
2 of them, I believe.
No, it's Filter.
2 of those guys.
Filter on the back. Oh yeah.
You had the Filter poster up. Admit it.
Yeah, we played with them once too, and that's
I like 2 of their songs.
yeah,
Hey,
they
man,
they
nice
had
poster.
they had 2 good songs.
All right,
Played
folks.
with them too. We played with Filter.
Let's
Yes,
do a
we did.
raid. Let's
Rob
do a
wants to
raid.
go home.
Who we gonna raid?
I don't know what else we can talk about. I think we
Hey,
got
Rick,
through it.
before we go, 2 things.
What's up, Murph? What's up?
You could listen to our webcasts and shows on all your favorite webcast websites.
Very well said.
Murph, can
Or
you?
podcasts, right? Yeah, like Stitcher or Apple Podcasts.
Apple or banana.
Yeah, all that stuff. And then what else?
Can you share with them the Spotify playlist?
Oh yeah, the Spotify playlist. Let me find that.
I'll show them the disc.
I do streams on my own. Oh. On that, I do streams on my own channel. It's Matty J Moose on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. At this time.
Yes.
You
So
do some
make sure you catch
talking.
Maddie on those days. Was it Monday, Tuesdays, Fridays?
I show pictures of people's pets, show and tell on Mondays, people's tattoos, blues, and booze on Tuesdays, and fan art Fridays.
I have one more question because we didn't get through like a lot of these questions. Who would you rather be, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern or the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider?
Nicolas Cage, hands down.
From Ghost Rider?
Headaches and all.
Go
Yeah, fuck yeah. Sam
I'm
Elliott,
gonna
dude.
go with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds? How about you, Murph?
If I look that good, whoo.
Yeah, probably Ryan Reynolds. I feel as that character's more powerful. I have seen neither movie, so.
I haven't either.
I couldn't even watch. I couldn't finish either movie because they were so just
I thought
terrible.
you said you liked Green Lantern.
I only like it because Tony
liked
hates
Ghost
it,
Rider.
and it's really funny to be like, "This is Tony's favorite movie," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up! I hate that movie."
I want to show one last picture, and I
All right,
promise
I'm
I'm done because
All
this
right,
just
there's the playlist
this
in the
cracks
chat.
me up.
What is this?
Oh, can you switch to Maddie's camera real quick? I
Put
can't
in the
reach
playlist. Switch the camera.
with sturdy leash.
What?
Ooh,
This was on a bodyboard, apparently.
that was a hard album.
And I decided to keep this and put it on my wall because I loved my boogie board. What can I say?
Bodyboard as a band name and With Steady Leash is the album title. I love it.
Right? Doesn't that look like?
it. Oh my God.
Well, thank you guys so much for donating all you guys did
Yes,
for the
thank
Los
you.
Angeles
Thank you,
COVID-19 relief because they're struggling out there. We have a lot of really, really great friends and fans and everything in the LA and California area in general. So it's really meaningful to us. So thank you guys so much.
Also, make sure you can go to audible.com/psychostick and sign up for a free 30-day trial. And I think they give us like $5. And then you can use the free trial to get a free book. And you could use that book to get Alex's book. Why not?
You can get my book.
You can listen to
Dichotomies.
Alex's book.
Get Alex's book. Why not?
He hired someone to read his book and didn't just ask me to do it, which is a really stupid decision.
Well said. Thank you so much,
Can't argue
guys.
with that.
We appreciate all the
Oh my
donations
God.
and the love, guys. And we'll
and
be
the
back
cookies
next
and the
Thursday.
mead.
And go to catch Maddie tomorrow at what time?
6:30 Central, so
6:30 Central.
7:30 Eastern.
There you
Make
go.
sure you follow us on Twitter at Psychostick, and I will ask another question. We'll show your tweets again.
Fucking
Hell
A.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're gonna raid Mega Ran.
Yeah, Mega
Raid him
Ram.
every time. 'Cause
Yeah,
we don't know anybody else.
Well, I mean, I don't want to raid a bunch of speedrunners. I don't know if I don't think
Well,
our
what's he
fans.
doing?
Well, I don't know. He says he's doing music.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So there we go.
Edge
Rating
case.
now. Thank you guys so much.
Goop. Goop. Goop troop.
Woo!
Oh, wait a minute.
What's up?
We didn't raid, huh?
One
troop.
second.
We're raiding now.
Goop.
1 second.
Goop troop.
I already started the raid.
No,
Goop,
you have to hit the thing to make it go, don't you?
Okay.
Oh, maybe you don't. I don't
Oh
know.
shit. Sorry.
Twitch.tv/Matty J Moose. Goop.
Thank you guys.
You get like 2 minutes to hit the thing, right?
I think so.
Oh, you could read these, Maddie. Come on.
I can't see it. Smelly Monkey, some other guy, Elizabeth McKenzie. I can't see it with the stream. Boy Toy, Big Dicks, Schnitzel. Hey, can you start it over?
Thank you, moderator Nightbot.
Sozo,
Thanks, Nightbot.
Roland, Burton. My Mallory Hart. Well, yeah, there we
All right,
go.
we need to. The tippers are
Cyclone
the
strikes.
VIPs.
Thanks you.
Louis
Your
Poo
support to
killing it
support our
with
things.
450.
Louis Poo, Smelly Monkey, Rajan, Air Taco, Elizabeth McKenzie is fuck. Shay Allen, Elizabeth McKenzie's Boy Toy Mike, 944, Moose Campbell, The Greater Good out in Maine, Courtney, Big Dick, Halfway, Schnitzel, Broasaurus. Cheers to Master the Monkey, Hazen 214, Big Wild Card Iron, Super Arrogant Brothers, Dollhouse, Kira, Nightbot, Sozo, Roland, Burton, Broadface, My Mallory Hart, JB Cal, Rick Loves Bacon, so do I, Drew, Pussifer, Summon, Skillets, President, Typhoid, I can't go fast enough, Punky Dog, Western, Polar Bear, Winnie the Poop? What? I lost it. I'm out. Satan loves you. Hazen.
We love you,
Thanks
Satan.
for all the subs. Psycho. Martin, all the subs. Master Monkey.
Frost the Fox. I don't know. I was really hoping-
Saints, Thrasher, Ben Universe, TC Ford, Cordman, Big Shane out in Colorado, Samick, Rob Bozzy, he was on my stream the other day, and Blood-Soaked 79.
If we missed you, it's because Murph.
Does not like you.
It's because the stream.
Oh no, the end. Bye.
Stream starting soon.
Stream going soon.
Eggplants. Cucumbers.